Yeah, I saw that. Anyway, hello and welcome everyone. All of you delicious boys and girls. Or rather, just boys, I think.
Okay, Shadow isn't going to use a mic for now. He's got too much noise in the background.
Sure thing. I guess
Very
that
sad.
is for the better. That is for the best, rather. I forgot how to English. Okay, so we are good to go. Just a little heads up before we truly actually begin. Do everyone still do everyone have snacks and stuff for the duration?
Food. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Not that we'll be needing them. Just if you need them, good to have them handy. So, what we decided was to try and keep this session a little bit shorter, unlike last time. Cause I think you, Tiger, you said you need to go out eventually later with your friends and stuff.
I could go a little longer, but I still want to probably break for dinner because
And
that's
you need
like.
to make dinner, Douglas.
Yeah. So in any case, we
Let's try not to go too far over the 3-hour mark.
yeah.
Well, go all day because basically got out of work a couple hours ago, so I'm okay for whatever.
Want me to keep a check on the time?
No, it's all right. I'll do it here. Just saying, we're not gonna go past 3 hours. I'm gonna try and keep everything at the 3 hours mark. If we go a little bit overboard with the 3 hours, it's gonna be like 3.5 hours. If not, we're gonna end it before it gets to that. But anyway, is everyone ready? Is everyone here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys think
Might-
we will need to make some sort of bathroom break during the session, or not really?
No.
Oh.
I'm all set for now.
Okay. In any case, if you guys need to make a bathroom break or anything, just let me know, and we can take a break. I think in 1.5 hours, so like at 7 my
Halfway
time.
through, okay.
I'll ask you guys if we're good to go or not.
Okay.
So, just a quick short recap. Do you guys remember everything that happened last time around?
Yeah, we met in the castle. We're told we're going to another continent, I believe. We were walking to the market, got ambushed by a bunch of jackasses. Talked to a kindly shop owner, which I stole from.
Yes, you
Then
did.
proceeded to the docks to find the captain. Rescued him. I got shot in the chest and almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
We
pretty.
rescued him, and I think we were talking to him when we last were there.
He
Yeah.
asked us to go find his bodyguard to speak with him and stuff.
Yeah. So what happened is, do you guys remember why you were going to rescue him in the first place?
Because
Sally.
we wanted
Need
information
about
why the boats weren't going out.
Yeah, the boats were not going out, and you guys needed to rescue him, and then you rescued him, and now
We killed almost
Yep.
he
Except
said that
what?
last time he said that he was not gonna take anyone anywhere unless he had his bodyguard with him. That's what he said. And it was up to you guys to go and find his bodyguard and rescue.
I say we find him the next day, so Sam is loaded up on spells.
Yeah, you can decide what you guys want to do now. So I'm gonna take you guys from the world map back into the captain's house so you can see what has been going on over there. So here we are, the captain's house. Everyone's there.
Our captain is Matthew Mercer.
Hello. That is Matthew Mercer, isn't it?
I think it might be. I was gonna change the picture, so let me delete Matt Mercer and replace it with the random NPC ship captain. There you go.
Is it me you're looking for?
That's the captain.
Hello, 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 hello.
How are you?
Hey there, Shadow.
Yo.
So you guys, well, you downed a bunch of people. Also, I figure out how to, throwing little axes on them. That's so we don't need to keep scrolling the table with red paint. We can just throw in a little axe to show that they died. And in this guy's case here, well, I threw in also a little crossbones with a skull to show that he's actually dead, unlike the others who are just unconscious. And also this guy here, you kind of you tied him with a rope and left him in the bathroom last time.
Shadow, if you want to do anything to anyone, do it to him.
So I just said we don't need to.
Yeah, we don't need to start scrawling all over the place. We've got markers now.
Yeah.
No, my blood.
I deleted the guy. So don't throw him like paint markers and those things. We have tools for that now. We are big boys with
But
tools.
I cannot draw those sexy arrows. Ooh.
Alright, so this guy is dead. He's actually dead, rather. So you have to decide what you guys want to do now that you have rescued the captain.
Come, Draco.
I say we find out where we need to go to find this guy's bodyguard.
I say I need to rest because
everybody gonna sleep. Because we gotta sleep.
So in the end, you guys decided to
sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep? I don't know if the captain wants us to sleep in his place.
I don't think we want to sleep here. This place is a crime scene full of guys who are about to wake up and kill us.
Wait.
And
we should ask him.
No. Come here.
We really should ask him where we need to go, and then
let's grab the bodies.
Ask him probably like
let's put everybody
in a place that he can stay until things cool off. That'd probably be the best way to go about it, I think.
No, it's not safe. He's coming with us. Come, Captain, come.
I mean, he can come with us, but I don't know if he really wants to.
He should come back with us to where we're staying, but that's it. He needs to be somewhere safe.
Okay.
We are safe.
Okay.
Come with us.
So you guys then you ask the captain all of those questions. You ask the captain, where is his bodyguard? Is that right?
Yep.
And you also ask him to come with you guys?
I'm sleeping with Drago.
You go to bed, I'll come with you after, okay?
No, you're in this bed first.
Ugh, I'll talk from the bed.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys ask the captain where to go and if he wants to go with you guys. And in the end, the captain, he does not seems inclined to go with you guys at all. He just looks at his house, with the dead bodies inside his house, the dead bodies that are outside his house that he could kind of see and notice from the way that every single one of you is bloodied and showed up later. And he looks also to his living room. There's a dead body in there, and it's kind of it's you guys have set the room on fire. And he looks around and he's like, but what do you want? Why do you want me to go with you? You guys are murderers. You guys are mercenaries. I'm not following you. I'm going to somewhere that's safe.
We're not asking you to come with us to find your body. We're just asking you to come with us to where we're staying so you're somewhere safe.
Bananas.
I think I'll be safer by the dock. I know people there. I'm going to the docks, and don't worry, you guys can go do your stuff. Anyway, my bodyguard, he is Martin. That's his name. We are never too far apart.
Martin?
Yes, Martin. We're never too far apart. But this one day that he had to run errands, and we were apart for less than a day, well, he vanishes and I get captured. So I don't know what happened to him. All I know is that he went to see his family. They live on the southern farms. It's a little bit outside the city, less than an hour away. You guys can find it very easily. So if I were you, I would check over there, and good luck with finding him, I suppose.
Okay.
So the captain, he picks up one of your guys' maps, or just pretty much tells you, points vaguely at the direction that the that these farms are. He kind of tells you more or less exactly which one is the house where where his bodyguard lives, and he then starts walking away. He's like, "I'm out of here. This is not my house anymore." And then he just leaves. And now it's up to you guys. Are you guys gonna stay here amongst the bloodied house and rest, or are you gonna go straight over there? It's about five in the afternoon right now. The sun is starting to set down in the.
Full health, and I think Sam needs to rest to get his spells back.
Yeah, we're probably gonna head back to our inn and rest, our place of rest that we have right now.
He's gonna rape me. I insult defenseless.
And go rest. We're gonna probably need to go take a long rest before we go check out this farm or where this bodyguard's family lives.
Okay.
Sleeping here.
So if you guys want a long rest, it's like I said, it's 5 in the afternoon right now. So how long do you want to rest for?
It's 8 hours.
Yeah, but
we could probably
8 hours. Your guys are gonna leave like when it's completely dark, in the midnight hours. Is that what you guys want to do?
we could probably rest until morning.
I say rest until morning. That way, we could get going.
Dead bodies. Why don't we go back to an inn?
Dog,
What's up, Shadow?
I'm gonna sleep now for 8 hours, and I gonna wake up at late at night.
Well, you're gonna.
Is minimum 8 hours.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's minimum,
so-
but we can all just rest till morning.
All right.
True.
Rest till for me.
Well, if we have time, can I head and talk to one of my criminal contacts about something?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, like, we're gonna do a long rest and plan on leaving in the morning to go check this out. So,
Yeah.
if you have things that you want to do before we do that, that would be fine.
Yeah, I have to go. I have to talk with one of my contacts about something important.
Okay,
that's the
if
case-
you need or want to do that, you can do it like right now. It's still
Yeah.
5. It's still 5 in the afternoon, so you guys have plenty of time. I don't think you guys are gonna just lay down and rest. You guys are gonna clean up the place first, put out the
Oh,
fire.
good Lord, no, we're not cleaning up anything. I'm just getting the fuck out.
But I just say let's hide the bodies, but no one listen to me.
Shadow, whenever you say, I think you were trying to talk over other people. So, I don't know how everyone adjusted their microphone volumes. So that might be why nobody listened to you.
Oh,
So if you guys try not to talk over one another if possible. There's very
Right.
little else we can do about that, but if possible, try not to, because everyone has a different microphone configuration, so it's gonna be impossible for everyone to understand everyone if everyone talks at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hide the bodies, is that so?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just drag them all into the building.
No, the bathroom. Everyone in the bathroom.
Okay,
With
so
this one.
you hide the bodies in the bathroom then. Every
Yes.
single one of them.
Yes.
Even the living guy. The one you guys had just tied up in ropes.
I also lock Shadow in the bathroom.
Wait, there's a body here. Body.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that
Good
one
guy.
guy. Okay, so there's is a lot of bodies in the bathroom.
And me. My body.
And you.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys took a while to clean up the place, put out the fire, dragging all the bodies. So now, if someone by chance passes by, they're not gonna notice that anything's wrong. And
Except for the blood on the ground.
except for the blood on the ground, but that's it's not a very nice part of town. Nobody's gonna notice that. It's the docks. Fights break out every day. So, Dracon, you wanna go and talk to your criminal contacts? Is that so?
Yeah, there should be one on the docks.
Okay,
Docks,
so
there's always some type of smuggler there.
I
okay,
also have something I'm going to do before I rest.
which is
I'm going to go back to Blue's store and ask a few questions about his brother.
sure, but then again, that is a little bit far away. You guys currently are at the docks, but if you, Sam, you wanna go to the markets, you're gonna go alone, and it's kind of far, so you're gonna take a while to get there, and then to talk to the guys, and then get back.
It's better that I rest, really.
Yeah, Sam is kind of in a bad place.
I mean, you can do that if you want, but
It's a
you're
poor
gonna go alone, so there's that.
It's a bit of a poor choice.
Shadow, why don't you go with him? Just to keep him safe.
No,
Okay.
it's better
I-
that I rest.
No, I can get there really fast because I have excellent memory.
Alright then, please protect me for now.
Alright. So, Dracon, you're gonna go to the docks, ask your criminal contacts. What sort of information you're looking for?
Hang on, let me check something.
Sure thing. In the meanwhile, Summerlad and Rocky, the both of you guys are trying to walk all the way. You guys are now in Pergos. You're trying to walk all the way over to the. You're trying to walk to the market. That's gonna take you guys roughly. Let me calculate here. That's gonna take you guys not that long. It's gonna take you half an hour ish. A little bit more.
Just get rid of those.
So you guys are walking over there, and you, Dracon, what are you looking for?
I want to talk to my criminal contacts about my mentor. Something about. Fine.
Okay, so you want to talk about your mentor. You're gonna ask them
And
if they know him, if they have seen him, if they have
if
heard
they
of
know
him.
if any of his rivals have passed through here since the ships have been going in and out.
Okay, you are going to have to do a couple of rolls because that's how
Okay.
this game works, more or less. So I want you to do first a perception check.
Perception?
Yes, perception,
Okay.
because you're in the doctor. You want to see if you can find and notice someone who may or may not be a criminal contact.
Okay.
So, you rolled a 19. Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah, I have proficiency in.
Oh,
I
when
don't think
rolling.
oh no, hang on. Yeah, I hit the wrong thing. Let me.
Yeah, proficiency does not mean advantage.
Yeah, I hit the wrong thing when I was scrolling over.
Okay, so. Oh boy. What a good roll.
Yep. Still works anyway.
Okay, a 22 perception. You are in the docks. You look around, you try to notice if there's someone who you have heard of during your travels, someone who you know is connected to the underworld, and you notice a guy, actually two guys. They are talking to one another very quietly, kind of whispery, kind of looking around themselves quite a lot, and you try to approach them. And how do you approach them?
Before, as I approach, I say something in thieves' cant.
Thieves
Just
can't.
confirm that
Alright.
it's one of my abilities. It's one of my languages I know. I believe.
Okay, so you show up to them and you said something kind of like, "Oh, the third eye bleeds at noon. Is that so? Is that so?" And they look to one another and they kind of nod slightly. You can barely notice they nodding to one another. And then one of them turns to you and said, "What is it? What do you want to know?"
Okay. Have you heard of Candor Jaden?
Candor Jaden. That is not a common name over here. One might have heard of that person. One may not have heard of that person. One might think that if, one's pockets were to be a little bit heavier, one might have heard of that name.
Well, I'm looking to find out if any of his rivals or acquaintances have passed by here since ships started leaving for the new continent, or if Jane himself has passed through.
I think this guy here is trying to, get information without, helping us. Oh, that is so. I think you're right. He is trying to get information without helping us. Hey, newcomer, why don't you help us a little bit here? It's it's some hard times around here. We need food, we need money, we need a lot of things that you can't get anywhere else. What are you gonna do for us if we do this for you?
I'm gonna give you 2 silver, and if I really like what I hear, I'll give you 5 gold.
Huh. One of them laughs really, really loud at your offer. It's like, look at him trying to buy us with 2 silver. You're not from around here, are you? Where are you from?
That's more or less wherever the wind takes me.
Well, someone also were from that place you were. They asked more or less the same questions, and they were a little bit more generous, so they actually managed to get what they wanted. How about, you know, I think today I wanna dine like a king, Get me a big cup of a big mug of ale, get myself a nice banquet, get myself maybe a dozen women to sit in my lap and just, peruse around me. I think 5 gold. 5 gold will do. Do you have that kind of money on you, kid?
I'll give you 2 gold now, and if I like the information I hear, I will give you 4 more.
Alright, you might as well try and do a persuasion roll.
Persuasion.
Yes.
Looking. That didn't work.
Whoa, that's a really bad roll.
I know.
They just look at you, kind of unimpressed at all with what you said, and they just kind of shrug and said, "You don't even know how to play this game. Really, you're not gonna buy us with 2 gold? Might as well. If you need any more information, you can ask somewhere else because you're not gonna find it here." And then they just turn around and start walking away. They don't even care about what you said anymore or what you did. They just turn around and walk away and kind of nod to one another afterwards and kind of split. Each one goes their separate way and leave you there in the docks alone.
Can I tail one of them?
You can. You have to do a dexterity check.
Dexterity? Okay.
Yes.
Fortunately, I have that in spades.
You try to follow them. They start weaving around the corners on the docks. They start going behind buildings and then into alleyways and then into the city. And you keep trying to follow them, but eventually they make a turn and you turn around and it's a big, it's a street with a big crowd. And then he just kind of vanishes in the crowd. You try to look for him. You try to look for advantage points and try to get a look at this guy, but then you just can't find him. He lost himself in the crowd, and you lost his track. You totally lost his trail. But look on the bright side. At least you're not lost. You're just a little bit far away from the dogs, but not that much. And meanwhile, as we were doing that, Summer Led and Rocky, they arrived at the market and they are standing in front of Blues' shop. Also,
Yes.
I forgot to play the town theme. It's music.
No.
So,
Okay, so you guys arrived on the front of the shop, Blues' shop, and now you can see that the shop is, standing the same way it was when you guys arrived the first time around. But now that the sun is kind of setting down in the horizon, everything has a yellow tint to it. It's kind of it's a beautiful little view of the shop that is kind of tucked away in this corner, but there's nothing different about it. You just see the door and you ponder on whether to enter or not. Do you guys do?
Listen, statue boy. I'm only here to protect you. So, do what you have to do. I will stand right here.
Okay then, I'm going to enter.
Okay, Sam and Rocky, Summer Led. Oh, you're not gonna enter. You're gonna stand guard outside.
Yes.
Okay, Summer Led, you enter the shop, and it's the same way it was before. Shelves and a lot of products is spread all over the place. Some stuff also hanging from the ceiling, and you walk through the shop to the far end, and you find the same counter that was there before. But behind the counter, you don't find Blue. You find a teenager human boy, and he's handling a ledger, kind of jotting things with a pen in there, kind of scribbling numbers here and there, striking some other text, and you kind of pay attention to what he's doing for a little while. Then he looks at you and says, "Hello there. What can I help you with?"
Excuse me, but earlier today I went and spoke with the owner. His name is Blue. Have you seen him? Is he around? Is he around right now?
Oh, Blue. No, he's not around. Why? Do you need to talk to him?
I just wanted to ask him a few questions, but if he's not here around here at the moment, can you at least pass by a message that I need to tell him?
I don't know. I think it'll be hard to kind of get a hold of him nowadays. Well, it's gonna be hard. The guy is really not feeling it anymore. He just left today, and I don't know when he's gonna come back.
I see.
Shadow, watch out for background noise.
And
Sorry.
you're taking care of this place at the moment, then?
Yes, I am. Until he returns, this is just me. It's me and the shop. And whatever you need, I can help you with. But if you need to do your business with him, then I can't help you with that.
I see. But I have one last question. Did he tell you what he was going to do, or did he stay silent?
He kinda seemed distressed. I don't know what happened. He just seemed a little distressed. He kinda then complained a little bit about, not being fit for this business, and I guess I must agree because he was a horrible shop owner. This place was almost, going through bankruptcy, and I'm here to try and do a better business than him. And he didn't tell me what he was gonna do. He's just not here anymore, I suppose. Maybe you can catch him in the future, but not right now.
I see. Thank you for telling me this.
Oh, it's alright. I'll try and get a hold of him, and then I will pass by the message that you came by. What's her name, by the way?
My name is Summerlad.
All right, I'll tell him that Summerlad came by, and if he shows up, I'll tell him that he came by, and we'll see.
Well then, I'll be leaving.
Sure thing. Then, don't you want to buy anything? Maybe a healing potion? Maybe some sort of adventuring gear? You look like an adventurer yourself. Maybe there's something you need?
Not at the moment. I already went by here early.
Oh, sure thing then. That's a shame, but if you need us, we can always come to Blue and Greens and find whatever it is that you need. See you later.
Farewell for now.
Bye-bye. And then he just turns back to his book and starts scribbling down more notes and numbers and whatnot. And you just leave the shop without learning whatever it is that you were trying to learn about Blue. And now you and Rocky are outside the market. And what do you guys do now?
I'm gonna ask. Did you find something with Blue?
I didn't find out anything. However, it seems that he might have done something and he left. Not sure why he left. There was a young boy inside and he didn't really seem to know what was happening. He just told me that the place was given to him by Blue and that Blue left with some pretty catchy reasons.
It makes no sense.
I can't get a hold of him now.
I'm gonna talk with this boy.
You want to try and talk to this boy?
Of course. As we talked for Blue, he said he loved this job.
Okay. Then
That's very suspicious.
let's go back inside then.
Okay, so Shadow and Rocky and Summerlad, the both of you are going into the shop to try and talk to the boy again?
Oh, just me. You stay outside now.
Okay, so just you, Rocky. You come into the shop.
I wanna try stealth.
Wait.
Wait, you're gonna try and stealth into the shop?
Yes.
Why? I don't think.
So
I don't think you can do that.
Rocky.
Yeah. Because there's no other entrance. Trying to stealth right into the front door is going to
I'm
be.
trying to stealth into a front door.
But he's back. He's reading the book, so it's distracted.
I have to tell you something before.
Alright, if you wanna try and sneak into there, you're gonna have to roll a sneak
Yes.
check.
Oh.
I would
Okay.
actually give him disadvantage for that.
Yeah.
Just going through the front door.
Rocky.
Alright, you
Yeah.
try to enter the shop. You open the door as quietly as you can, but unbeknownst to you, or maybe you just didn't realize it, there's a little bell over the door that rings whenever you open it. So you open the door,
Yeah.
the little bell
I knew
rings,
about it.
and the guy looks
I know
at you
about the
and
bell.
he says, "Oh, hello there." From all the way over there, he kind of sees you sneaking around. He puts down his book. He takes a more attentive stance, and he looks at you, kind of trying to pay attention to what you're doing. He says, "Hello there. What do you need?"
Hello, stranger. I'm looking for Blue. Have you seen him?
Blue is not here anymore, sir. Are you friends with the Summerlad guy that came here before?
Somewhere? Who is this? I don't know. I'm looking for Blue. Where can I find him?
Well, sir, Blue is not here anymore. You can't find him over here.
What do you mean he's not here anymore?
I mean, he said he wasn't gonna be here anymore, and he told me to stay here in his place. That's why he's not here anymore.
Boy, you're not telling the truth. I'm
I...
gonna do a perception check, because...
Excuse me, sir?
Perception.
Shadow, I didn't tell you to do a perception check.
No,
No,
he's
but
asking if he can
I
because
ask
he
if I
wants
can, yeah.
No, but you already rolled anyway. But
Yeah.
no, you can't. You try to
What?
roll a perception check, but you try to perceive if this boy is saying something out of place, if he's kind of acting weird, or if there's anything going
like
on. But you can't really notice anything. You can just sense that this boy is he's more alert than he would have been. You can tell that he's a little bit tense. But that's it.
So, what's the word? Let me see here. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna take my sword and grab it.
Come again?
Oh my god!
All right.
Grab my sword.
All right.
And
So
I'm not going to try to persuade him. I'm just gonna ask one more time. Where is Brew?
This would be an intimidation check.
yes,
Yeah, probably.
that is an
Yeah.
intimidation check. Do it.
I hate this.
So roll for intimidation, Shadow.
I did. Let me try again.
It didn't show anything here.
Oh,
Yeah, it didn't show up.
it's not working. Oh,
Oh, there it
did.
goes.
Okay, now there's 3 checks. I'm gonna use the latest one. So you try to intimidate him. You're holding this boy by the collar of his shirt. You're holding a sword very close to his face, and you are trying to intimidate him into telling you what he knows. And now the boy just starts to panic, and he says, "I don't know anything. What are you doing? I don't know." And he's just saying, "I don't know," over and over, kind of panicking, kind of trying to look around, but not being able to reach anything because, you're bigger than him, and that's it. He's just saying that, "I don't know." What do you
Show
do
me
next?
what's back there. Tell me, what's back there?
Sir, there's nothing back there. Please let me go. Please don't do anything. I'll show you. Just let me go, and I'll show you everything.
Show me, boy. We're gonna kiss my big sword.
All right. So the teenager boy just walks to the door behind his counter. He opens it up, and he opens the door, and he kind of beckons you to follow him, but kind of keeping a attentive look at you, and that's it. He's waiting. He's waiting for you to follow him up.
Okay. So he's waiting for me.
Yes, he's waiting for you at the door. He opened the door, and because it's kind of dark outside, you can't see anything. And there's no light inside that room. It's kind of dark, but you can see some shapes here and there. You can more or less tell there's some shelves, but that's at the very beginning of the room. You can't see anything further down, and that's it. It's kind of pitch black down there.
Okay, I'm gonna get my sword close to his neck and say, "Boy, go first."
Sure thing, sir. I can do that. The boy, he turns his back to you. He enters into the room. He picks a little candle from one of his pockets. He lights up a couple candles that are a couple lamps that are laying around at a very specific spots to illuminate the whole room. And you can see that it's just a storage room with potions, with more rare items that they don't have on display at the front of the store. But that's it. It's just a storage room.
Okay, can I roll perception again?
What are you trying to do?
I wanna find some hiding doors or yeah.
We're gonna see if he's hiding
doors.
someone over there.
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay, so run a perception check and also an insight check.
Inside. Both bad.
Okay.
Not great, but not horrible.
Let me see if I can get better real dice.
Oh, I'm gonna use those rolls
You're
anyway.
not allowed to use real dice.
We're gonna use these rolls.
Nope, it's just natural one.
But yeah, what Draco said, you're not allowed to use the real dice. So let's just use these ones in here because they are working. And everyone can see your rolls. So you enter inside the room, the storage room, you try to look and try really hard to concentrate and try to see if you can sense the dwarf being hidden there, if the boy is hiding anything, if there's anything
Wait, I
weird
have
in the room.
advantage.
You have what?
I forgot to say, I have advantage on perception test.
No,
No, you just get your
that's
modifier.
already taken into account.
Yeah.
What?
That's already taken into account in the roll.
Yes, unless you have any specific skills that says you have an advantage in perception, you just put in your modifier. Which
Yep.
I
If
forgot.
you're proficient in it, then you just get your modifier with it.
I forgot about my skill here. Keen hearing and smell. Anything I have advantage on perception if that relies on hearing and smell.
Okay, so roll another perception to see because you're rolling with advantage.
I guess it's advantage. Perception. It's like that.
Now you just had to roll another perception
That's
without
fine.
advantage. You already had the 10 from the previous roll, so you just needed another one roll. But anyway,
You got a 7, so.
you got a 7. You try to perceive anything, and you try really hard. You can't really see anything that is going on, and that's it. There's nothing inside the room. Just boxes with more stuff stored in there. Nothing big, nothing interesting, and you can definitely tell that the dwarf is not in there.
That was. Let me see here.
What do you want to do now, Shadow? I
Let
mean,
me see.
Rocky.
Maybe I can try investigation.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll for investigation, but also roll dexterity.
Wait.
Just click dexterity.
All right. As you try to look over the room, the boy was quicker than you, and he managed to kind of slip by you. He ran away, straight to the door. He kind of jumped over the counter. He didn't even look backwards. He kind of weaved through the shelves from the front room because he knows this is story inside out. He ran straight to the door. He burst out of the shop, screaming, "Guards! Guards! Help!" And now he's screaming out loud. He's not even looking back. He's running to the distance, screaming for guards. And what do you know? He's not there anymore. And soon enough, someone will hear his calls.
Damn, that statue is useless.
Shadow, you're sleeping in the alley tonight.
Okay. Then,
Bad statue.
um,
You had one job and you didn't make it right, statue.
Well, how are you supposed to know? How was he supposed to know that you're gonna intimidate the shopkeep?
Also, how did he manage to escape from my sword? It was on his neck.
Oh,
No,
he was faster than you. He managed to escape your grasp and run away.
well then,
What
I
can you do?
decided to.
Until our shop.
Kill him, statue.
Well-
Murder.
He already,
He's already
ran
gone.
away. Well, I had
No.
Okay, Rocky and Summerled, the both of you are now. You have to make a decision. Will you?
I gonna.
What are you guys gonna go and do?
Can I
run,
see some windows around me?
run, Rocky, come on!
Back
Just
doors?
run, Rocky.
No,
I'm not fighting anymore.
I'm sure something's weird here. That's very suspicious.
Okay, do you wanna wait for the guards to arrive? Because
No, I
Sam
don't know
has
what
no
to-
spells and we have no potions.
And we
Sam-
do not want to fight armored guards, city watch guards.
And you've pretty much destroyed our place of living.
So,
So the shop, we will never
Well,
be
then.
able to shop in
is
there.
there any windows in here, inside?
not in the back room. The
Doors.
storage room has no windows, and the store has a window that is sort of a display, but it's filled with little trinkets in there. So You can try to escape through there as well, but it's kind of beside the door, so I don't see why you would try to escape from there. But there is a window in the front beside the door.
No back doors.
Rocky,
Yeah.
Rocky, just run.
I'm gonna lock myself because I have no idea.
Wait,
you're
what?
locking yourself in there?
Wait, let me think.
If you really want to stay here, I have an idea, but not a very smart one.
Okay, Doug, how many times should the guards get here?
Come again?
How many times? No, wait.
How much
How
time
long
does he
till the
have
guards
to go?
get here?
Well, you don't know
Yeah.
that. You don't know. The boy is running and he's screaming for guards, and that's it.
And
Okay,
we're in
I'm
the
gonna
market,
scream.
which is
That's
pretty
right.
crowded.
I'm gonna call for statue. I'm gonna shout for him and ask, "Hey, have you seen some guards?" 'Cause he
No.
should run there. Tell me when they're arriving.
Okay then.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the candles and I'm gonna search again.
You're gonna search again.
Yes, because now I don't have a boy.
Okay, so roll for investigation again.
Yes,
Let's see what you can find this time around.
please.
Alright, 19.
Tell me I see something.
You look over the shop, you thoroughly and very slowly and methodically go through every single box, anything you can find, any container that you know could hold a dwarf or any pieces of a dwarf, who knows. You try to look for hidden passages on the ground, on the walls. You try to look to see if you can access an upper floor through any sort of hidden staircases or anything, but you can't find anything. You keep looking and looking and looking, and you don't see anything.
Any box around?
And then suddenly, as you are looking methodically over everything, you can see, Summerled, you can see in the distance now from the crowd, there is coming the boy back, but he's coming with a group of 8 guards.
Sam, run!
No.
There's a group of 8 guards, all of them look very... They don't seem any reason to, suspect the boy, so they are following him kind of blindly. And they are following the boy straight into the shop. You can see that they're still a little bit far away, kind of trying to go through the crowd, but they are coming.
Okay. Doug, there's a room upstairs, right? Where we got rest.
Yes, what? What was your question again?
A room upstairs.
Yes, but you access it from the outside.
Excuse me.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
How thick is the wall?
Besides
Oh.
that, I believe, I don't even know who has the key right now for it, so.
Because I wanna run from.
The
That-
innkeeper, he handed the key to you, Matthias. So it theoretically
That's
should be
right.
with you.
Yeah, and I'm not even there, so. It's
Damn,
so
I'm
sad.
strong. I can break that door.
Okay, Rocky and Summerled, what do you guys want to do?
Let the statue
Run.
do something fun.
Come again,
Uh,
Shadow? I didn't hear what you said.
Let the statue decide first, then I go.
Okay, what do you want to do, Summerled?
I'll stay up in the front, but I'll pretend that I just saw the boy running and am looking very confused about it.
Okay, what about you, Rocky?
I gonna shout again.
You're gonna shout again.
Yes, but now I can. No, wait. They're probably gonna listen to me, right?
Alright,
They're gonna hear you.
Okay, Sam, you're gonna try to deceive the guards to make them think that you're actually just a confused passerby. So you're gonna
Yeah.
have to make a performance check.
a performance check.
Yes.
Ugh. Alright then.
You try to put on your best poker face, try to look around as if you don't know what's going on, but then the boy starts approaching with the guards, and they looking at you, and the boy says, he's with them. He points at you. The guards look at you, and they see no reason not to believe the boy, so they start charging at you. And they are now they're not walking anymore. They're running towards you.
No,
Oh
no,
boy.
stop.
That you run.
What are you talking about, kid? I just saw you running. I don't even know who that guy that entered was.
Okay, one of the guards, he approaches you and he unsheaths his sword. He points it at you, and all the other guards are now closing in on you. They are on top of you. There's no way that you can run away anymore. They are near to you. They are kind of starting to circle you, and one of the guards, he points at you and says, "Stop right there, criminal scum. What are you doing?"
I didn't do anything. I just saw this kid run out of the store, and I'm not sure what's happening here.
What do you mean? You have an accomplice in there. Come on, call him out. We know he's in there.
I saw someone enter the store, but all I heard was some noises inside, and then this kid came out running, calling after you guards.
We know of it. The kid told us already. You and him are trying to do something. Come out, the both of you. Surrender in the name of the law.
I don't know anyone. I was here alone.
Alright, Sam, try to roll a persuasion check.
Alright then. Performance.
Okay. You try really hard to persuade them. You try again and again saying that you have no idea what's going on, that you don't know anything, but they are not buying it. You try to keep explaining, and they keep not buying it.
We on our way back to them now because.
And now the guards have completely surrounded you, so you can't even try to slip by them anymore. They are circling you. There's 8 guards all around you, making sure that there's no escape route for you or anyone inside the shop. And they say one last time, surrender in the name of the law.
Sam.
I
Statue.
Fill him out.
Why do things have to be like this?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Can I do one last persuasion check to try and convince them again? Or
what are you gonna say? If you're gonna say the same thing, it's not gonna work. You have to try something different. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say, look, I just came here and came looking after the former owner of the shop, but he wasn't here, so I was leaving. But then I remembered that I needed some candles for a ritual that I was looking forward to making, and then I see this kid that owns the shop run out saying, guards, get here. I don't know what is happening.
It's not true, it's not true. The kids he cuts you and starts saying, he standing there while his friend came in and he never left. He stand guard outside the shop. I saw him. The other guy tried to sneak him through the door. I saw it there. He's lying. And the guards are not buying it.
Statue.
He can't do anything.
Listen to me. Say, you know Blue, and you are his friend. Just say it.
Okay then. Can I at least say something before you try and take me somewhere?
Also,
Do.
Dog, I'm gonna...
What is it, Shadow?
Is there any box around here?
Come again?
Oh, I forgot. Box around. Big box.
There are boxes in there in the place you are, but well, there are boxes. None of them are too big. You couldn't find any box that could, hold a dwarf in there, so you can't find any boxes larger than that. But there are boxes in that room. Just small shipment boxes with items and stuff in them.
Then this would be a lot easier if I could see how the shop looks like. I have no idea how the shop is.
Let me stick to the stealing.
Arrest him, boys! 2 of the guards now start closing in on you, Sam, Summerlad, and they are approaching you, and he says, surrender, we're gonna take you to jail. And they close in on you, and they are going to try and arrest you. What do you want to do?
Okay,
Sam, Summerlad, what do you want to do? They are going to try and arrest you.
I don't have any escape routes.
You have no escape routes. You can always try to, improvise something and count on the luck of the dice, but that's about it.
flag flip. Do a flag flip.
Unless you really luck out, that's it. They are coming to arrest you.
Basically, you needed 20 because 19 is not an option anymore.
Then
What are you gonna do,
kneel-
Summerlad?
I kneel down on the floor and drop my weapons that were on my side, and then I pretend that I'm crying in a very, very desperate attempt to convince them that I have no idea who the person was.
Alright, you have to do a performance check.
Please do not be shooting.
Natural 20?
That's not a
No, it's
No.
not natural.
No, it's not.
It's
Just
it's a regular
plus his performance check.
Okay.
Okay, you drop your weapons, you kneel on the floor, you try to put in your best
That's
crying
gonna
face,
work.
you try to force cries to come out of you, tears to come out of your eyes. You manage to squeeze a couple tears here and there, start crying and gasping and desperately saying that you have nothing to do with it, but the guards don't care. They just come to you, they come around you, they hold both of your hands and they shackle you. And now, Sam Summerlad, you have been arrested, and the other guard, he picks up your weapons and he confiscates all of your items. And the boy is just standing there in the corner saying, see, that's what you get, evildoers.
I didn't do anything, kid.
And that's it, Sam. You have been arrested and you're not there anymore. Rocky, you're on your own. What do you do?
Not the guards. Is there any guard around?
The guards are outside the
Who's
shop.
in the shop.
That's
And
left. With Sam.
Oh, I'm
Have
gone.
the guards left with the Sam, the statue.
so there are 6 guards outside. 2 guards are out there holding up Sam. One is holding him down. He's shackled, so he can't do a lot. And the other guard is holding all of his confiscated items. And there are 6 guards outside the shop. 2 of them start entering the shop with they unsheath their weapons and start walking in. And they see the door in the back of the shop. It's open. They see lights from inside. They see shadows moving. They know you're there, and they start going that way. So what do you do, Rocky?
You can't hide, Shadow. They know you're in there.
I was trying to hide this whole time. But
What?
there's no way to hide.
You're officially screwed.
You're
You just-
screwed. Just surrender and end this.
No! I'm
You're
trying to
locked in
think.
a room with no exit. They're gonna
You're
get
in a room, you're outnumbered, there's one exit and they're blocking it. Just surrender.
You're kind of stuck.
And then see.
You either die or surrender. One
No,
way
let me
we
see.
can at least attempt to rescue you. The other way,
No.
you're dead on the floor.
And one way they might even kill me if it comes to it.
Okay, the guards they managed to cross the entire shop. Now they are in the back room. They enter the back room cautiously, and as soon as they enter the back room, they notice you in there going through all the things that were in the shop. Now both of them points their swords at you and say, "Surrender, evildoer!" And the other guard just shouts out to the guards outside, and 2 more of them runs inside. And now there's 3 guards behind the counter and 1 guard inside the room with you, pointing his sword at you, telling you to surrender. What do you do, Rocky? You are alone. Your companion has been arrested. There's 4 guards. 1 of them is already there. There's no escape routes. There is very little you can do, but you can always try to do something. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, thank you so much. You almost got me killed.
What are you gonna do, Rocky?
I don't know.
You know, you could always surrender.
Just get on your knees and surrender. It's the
Just
best.
surrender, please. This bit's been going on for a long time now.
Well, that's it, Rocky. 2 more guards.
Wait, I gonna
What are you
try
gonna
to
do?
talk to them. I'm gonna try to talk.
Okay, what are you going to say?
I'm gonna say, this boy, he has something to do with Blue's disappearance. Wait, no. Yeah,
Disappearance.
disappearance.
Blue, you mean the shop owner? One of the guards says.
Yes.
The
He's
shop-
my friend, and he's gone now because his boy.
The
did
shop
something to
owner,
him.
he is not gone. The boy has nothing to do. The shop owner has spent all day in the castle reporting that someone stole his shop. This boy has nothing to do with him disappearing.
That's not what the boy says. He said he was gone forever.
Is that right, boy? And the guard just looks at the boy, who is kind of almost with them. The boy is kind of watching things from a distance, but kind of a safe distance. And the boy says, "I just said I didn't know anything. They're the one who tried to kill me." And the guard is not buying. He turns back at you and said, "Surrender now. Get down on your knees and surrender in the name of the law." And 2 more guards. The 2 guards that are closest, they start approaching you. They are going to try and arrest you.
Okay, just one question outside the character.
Yes?
What is the level of the squads? Because
I'm not gonna tell you that.
He's not gonna tell you that.
No, I know he can't tell me, but like, damn, not a 20 can save you.
Look,
I mean, you could even try and beat 2 of these guards down, but there is a lot
No,
of them.
I can't. I have 6 HP, 2 dead.
Okay, you're not gonna.
No,
You're not
I'm
gonna be able
fighting.
to beat them. You could try, but you're
No.
not gonna.
No,
So
it's
you
impossible.
what do you do?
I'm gonna try to say something again.
All right, the 2 guards they
Let
are
me
now.
try.
No,
Enter
they
shop.
didn't. They,
Shop.
At this point, can I be walking up to the shop?
they did not try. You can't, Draken. The guards, they don't even care anymore about what you're saying. They're cautiously approaching you, and now one of them just gets behind you and start to shackle your hands. They don't even wait to see what you're gonna do. They just, as soon as they're close enough, they just they jump onto you and hold both of your hands together behind your backs, and they start shackling you. And that's it, Rocky. You have been arrested. Both you and Summerled have been arrested. The both of you have had your items confiscated, and now the guards are taking the both of you to the castle because you guys
Okay.
are gonna go and you're gonna be tried by the Inquisitor and the Head Priest.
okay, so before during the way, I just want to say something.
Sure.
Instead of like trying to talk to Rocky, I give this like this face with a lot of anger towards Rocky and scream at him, asking, "What did you do? You got me involved in this. Who are you?" Like pretending that I don't know him still.
Well, the both of you try, you scream, you yell, you try to argue the most you can, and you try to make the biggest ruckus the both of you can, but you cannot dissuade the guard from taking the both of you away. They said that they were gonna take you to the castle, but as soon as you get out, one of the guards says, "No, they're not going to the castle. They're going to the docks. Those are criminals. The criminals get exiled to the New World. Take them to the docks. They're gonna be in the first ship leaving from the dock." And then they get both of you on a cart, both of you shackled, and they put all your belongings inside sacks, and they take you away. and the cart starts making its way to the dock, and the both of you are now on your way to the dock. And that is what happened with the 3 of you, Dracon, Rocky, and Summerled. Meanwhile, the rest of you guys were in the captain's house, hanging out with him, talking. And what happens now? All of you were resting in the captain's house. Did you guys decide to go and do a long rest?
No, I was doing my own thing, Shadow.
Tiger and I went to go find an inn someplace. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm getting drunk and eyeing the crowd. So
I just stayed.
Yeah, I decided to follow him. We went to inn, get something to drink after this ridiculousness of fighting that we've had so far.
What about you, Onel?
I stayed back in the captain's.
You're gonna hang out with the captain, not with your squad mates.
Nope.
All right. So you're gonna stay behind, but what are you gonna do? Are you gonna long rest, or you're gonna just hang out? What are you gonna do?
Long rest.
Okay, so only you're gonna do a long rest, so feel free to recover all of your health, your items, or whatever is it that you spent that recovers when you do a long rest. Matthias and Flint, the both of you are in the same inn.
yep.
Okay, so you guys, all of you split, and everyone's in a different place. So you're in both different inns.
Well, two of us are definitely in the same inn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are you?
Well,
What are the two of you going to do? Matthias and Flint.
While we're there, we go in and like, barkeep, please, 2 ales over here.
Oh, mighty! Look at you, two customers. We don't ever get the folks that look quite like you. What is that? He looks at you, Flint. Kinda looks a little bit over your skin. He sees that you have a scaly skin. That you're definitely not. You don't look like anyone else in the room. The guard also looks over at Matthias and see that he has fur all over his face and he's a big cat, and he just looks at you and says, "Wow, we don't get company such as you here very often." "Sure, 2 ale, you said. Coming right up." And then he goes back and picks 2 mugs of ale and puts on top of the counter for the both of you. And he kind of just sits there looking at the both of you, perplexed and kind of impressed at how different the both of you look.
So you say not many of us come through around this area, then, you say?
Yeah, that's right. This city is mostly inhabited by humans. Every now and then we get the occasional dwarf, the occasional orc, and sometimes even the elves kind of grace us with their almighty presence, but no, it's just us humans here. And then the barkeep, he hears someone else calling him out. He serves another 2 mugs of ale and says, "Well, enjoy your stay, folks." And then he is off to serve more ale for the other people who are asking for the booze. And now the 2 of you are there drinking. Are you guys going to try and find an inn, do a long rest?
Yeah. Probably eventually do that.
Yeah, Flint is also going to look around and see if he can find some company for the night.
I'm going to ask the barkeep a quick question when he's available.
Okay, so Flint, you start to look around, and kind of like the barkeep said, all you can see is human companions that kind of look like they're searching for some company for the night. And you see a couple human females kind of banded together in the corner. You see a couple human males also in their other corner, just hanging together, kind of looking a little bit inviting and enticing as well. And that's all you can see as for companionship. And the barkeep, he kind of goes in back and forth behind the counter, serving ale to people that come by asking, and every now and then he kind of stops and looks at you, Flint and Matthias, a little bit, just kind of admiring the oddness of the both of you. He stops for a little while, looks at you, and then he kind of keeps on his back and forth.
I look over at the barkeep and kind of clear my throat and say, "Excuse me, sir."
Sure. What is it? My little unique specimen of whatever you are. What's up?
Thank you. But I would like to ask you a couple of questions. You know, as being a proprietor and having many people come through your door, I would like to ask you a little bit of information if you would give me the chance to.
Oh, sure. I deal not only with ale and the booze and runes, but I also deal with information. What is it that you seek? And then he puts out another 2 mugs of ale, and he calls out to someone on the other side of the bar, and he just said, "Oh, Hankins, come over here. We need help serving all these people." And then he puts another cup of ale and serves it to another customer that is around.
I start shuffling some stuff out of my bag and pull out a piece of parchment that has an insignia on it, and I say, "Have you ever seen this insignia before, my good sir?"
What does the insignia looks like? Is the one
he
you
looks
have...
at it, and it's got a skull right in the center of it, and then you see that it has some spike teeth-like fangs coming across on the outside of it. And I'm like, "Have you ever seen this insignia before?"
The barkeep, he kind of leans over the counter a little bit. He picks up the parchment that you're holding on. He inspects it, and looks at it. He kind of sniffs it a couple times too to see if it smells odd or anything. Then he hands it back to you after having a good, thorough look at the insignia. Says, "Well, we don't have many of those coming around here very often, but we do have people bearing those insignias. A few of them did pass through here recently. What do you want with them?"
I'm just wondering where they might have gone. They have before in my past at my home village. They caused problems and destruction, and I was wondering where they quite possibly could have gone to.
Well, you see, I'm sorry about whatever it is that happened in your village, in your town, but thanks for this information. I knew those guys didn't look like the most honest folk, if you know what I mean, but they're not from around here. What do I know about them is that they seem to hail from this new world that everyone keeps talking about. I might even say, please don't go spreading this around, but I hear that they might be dabbling in necromancy. I don't know if that's something you seek. If it is something that you seek, I want no part in that. Our city is a humble city that wants no part in that, and I hope that you're not here looking to be in league with them.
Of course not. Quite the opposite. I lean over closer to the barkeep to keep this more quiet. Quite the opposite, to be honest with you, sir. And as I do, I pull out a silver coin and say, "And I thank you for that information." And slide it over to him.
The barkeep, he just picks over your silver coin, and he looks at it, and then he looks back at you, you can kind of see a hint of a smile on his mouth. He just pockets the coin. He goes back quietly, serves another 2 cups of ale, and he brings them back to you, puts them in front of you on the table, and he says, "Well, if you're here to do out with those, well, whatever those are, these are around the house. I hope."
You're too kind, sir.
I wish you good luck in your adventure.
I take the ale and then just start downing them along with that. And relaxing in the bar, watching over as Flint is there.
What are you doing there, Flint?
Flint, having no real interest in humans, starts eyeing Matthias.
Come again?
Let me check my mic real quick. Okay, good. Flint, having no real interest in humans, starts eyeing Matthias.
So now, you and Matthias, you look at him kinda invitingly. You just look over him, kinda with your arms crossed on top of the table. You look over at him, you just keep admiring him, kinda like the barkeep was looking at the both of you. But now you do that to Matthias, and you just keep this fixated look on him, kinda with a mellow look on your face.
And then I just say, "Hey, what's up?"
Doing well. Even after that fight. Though we did almost lose our one companion there, but he pulled through.
Can I come in as he's saying this?
You can... Not really. You can't. You were not going anywhere before you said that. This is happening as all the other events were happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, simultaneous.
As you were in the docks asking for questions, as Summerlad and Rocky were being arrested, Flint and Matthias are in the inn talking, and as Oni is sleeping.
Yeah, we're just having good conversation about our battles, the ridiculousness of it, and all that. Maybe talking some backstory with each other on where we came from. So where are you from, Flint?
Not from around here. And that's all you really need to know.
Dang.
Yeah.
Not very much into sharing, are you guys?
Yeah, Flint is a very guarded person in most respects.
Understand. We just have met today, so not much.
Oh, that is true. You guys have just met like 12 hours ago. Less than that, even.
Yeah, it's not stopping Flint from eyeing Matthias, so...
So yeah, we talked about that. So what are your plans in the new world then, maybe? Quite I ask you that.
Some problems from back home might have made their way here, so I'm looking to stop that before it begins getting worse.
Don't we all?
Yeah,
Don't we all?
I was asking earlier. That's why I'm in here again, drinking and...
And as you guys are talking about, the barkeep comes by and passes the both of you, and he notices the both of you talking. And he eyes at you, Matthias, and he says, "Oh, it's the... I don't want to be rude. It's the lizard man with you."
Oh,
in what regard?
He just says that. He says, "Is he with
my
you?"
Companion. We just met today in the castle. We're both looking to go to the new world for sure.
Oh, adventurous, the both of you, then. I should have known. Ever since the king started with this whole new world exploration, more and more adventures come by, and I must say, it's good for the business, but it's kinda bad for morale when we see a lot of people coming, but not a lot of people coming back, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
Have you heard stories about the new world being dangerous?
Do I have heard stories? Sorry, that sentence made no sense. I have, yes. The new world, what can I say about it? Like I was saying here to your friend, he kinda kind of leans over the table and he beckons the both of you with his hands to kind of lean in together with him, and he starts whispering and saying in a very low voice, "There's all sorts of trouble that has been going on in the New World. People have been talking about all manner of problems like undead, dangerous natives. They have also been talking about summoning the divines, and I don't know a whole lot about that, but the New World seems like the kind of place you don't go to if you expect to live a long life, if you know what I mean." And then he leans back and says, "But if you are going, it is our duty to offer the best services we can to the explorers that the king is sending over there." And then he just goes back to serving more ale to the customers. And then, once again, he kind of just fills in another mug and puts down on the table in front of Matthias and says, "Here, another one on the house." He's being very liberal with the ale for you.
Yes, yes, he is. And I'm drinking it all.
And since I've had 3 ales at this point, I'm more openly eyeing Matthias at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting... Neek and Matthias is also just looking after drinking enough is exhausted and it's like, "Shall we go rest?" You gives Flint a wink.
Yeah.
Go.
Let's go upstairs.
So we're gonna go take a long rest now.
And states of black.
Quote unquote long rest.
That'll be a long rest. 8 hours plus.
It'll be a long rest. So the both of you, the both of you just kind of eye one another, and the more you kind of keep staring at one another, the more each one of you can see that there is kind of something going on here. Maybe it's the atmosphere, maybe it's the booze, maybe it's something, but you decided to stop just eyeing one another, and then you decide to do something about it. Then the both of you kind of just ask the directions to the bedrooms. The the barkeep just points upstairs, and the both of you kind of just stand up from your tables and start walking towards the staircase and up into the bedrooms. And then the two of you also do perform a long rest and other side activities that might come with it. So,
Dirty boys.
now, all of you have been sleeping, all of you are kind of separated, and Oni, after sleeping for 8+ hours, you wake up in the captain's house, and you're alone there. What do you do?
I guess I'll go to the docks.
You go to the docks.
Yep.
Alright, fine. You just stretch, wake up, take a moment, you look around your surroundings and see that there is a lot of mayhem that is still in the house. You see that there's a very strong pungent smell that is coming from the bathroom, and you try not to think too hard about it. You just walk out through the front door and make your way towards the docks. And as you walk out of the door, you see that it's still dawn, dusk, whichever one is the morning one. You see that there's not a whole lot of light in the sky. Dawn, thank you. It's still dark, but you can see that there's some light coming from over the eastern horizon. You see that the sun is wanting to start to rise up, and as the sun starts to rise up, you make your way to the docks and you deduce that it is some time around 6 in the morning.
Who is it?
Meanwhile, Summerled and Rocky, the both of you have arrived at the docks in the previous night, in the cart along. Now you have been tossed aside with all the other exiles that you guys had seen in the docks the previous day. There was a lot of exiles, and now the both of you are shackled and among them. So you stand there just waiting for a little bit. You're not quite with them, but not free to go anywhere. There's a couple guards watching over each one of you, so there's 4 guards in total. And the 2 guards, they go away with the cart, and just a short while later comes back the head inquisitor and the high priest. The both of you walk slowly to the both of you with 2 more guards, and now they surround you. All this group, they surround you, and the head inquisitor, he looks at you, Rocky, then he looks at you, Summer Lad. He kind of has this very wrinkled face. You can tell that he's a very old man. And you can tell that by his attitude, the way he looks at you with contempt. He is not on your guys' side. He's totally not gonna have pity on you. He just looks over the both of you and says, "Well then, what are you being accused of?" And then one of the guards says, "Well, these 2 mongrels here, they were trying to rob a store." "Oh, is that so?" says the Inquisitor. "I think we have another couple exiles to send to the New World then. Gonna spread the world of Yabarag to those natives, I see. Are the both of you, do you know the word of Yabarag?"
I do not.
Technically, wouldn't Sam have to roll a religion check on this? If it's a god?
But it's not the god that I worship.
No, but you wouldn't know
Yeah,
the
but
other
you could
god.
still do a religion check to see if you know it.
Oh, I see.
True.
Okay then.
So, Shadow and Sam do a religion check. Oh boy.
Ooh.
That is a natural 20, so Sam is all
Nice.
over.
So, for that, somehow you were able to roll a natural 20. So, Sam, you try to look over your mind at all those things you learned about religion when you were training as a cleric, and you remember the word of the Almighties. You remember the word of Yabarag, and you try to recall what exactly it is, the Yabarag, and all the lore that comes with it. You remember that Yabarag is the Almighty who controls the Sun Goddess, as the people of Kyria calls it. The idea is that Yabarag grants delight to the world. She brings in the sun and makes sure that whenever the sun goes down, she brings it back again. And she grants power to the mortals, but only while the sun is up in the sky. And you know that people have over the years made rituals to her, to infuse them with some powers. And all of those people, as soon as they were able to do great accomplishments throughout history, but as soon as the sun went down, they died. And you also recall stories of people who tried to call in her sun powers, and they were able to conquer kingdoms and do away with lots of things that were in their paths. But as soon as the sun went down, they decided not to throw away their lives, and somehow, through destiny and other fates and other events, all those accomplishments that they did were undone. And you do also remember that the entire kingdom of Kyria adores the goddess Yabarag, and that all over the place, everywhere, there's banners and there's churches, all of it dedicated to the goddess Yabarag. That's what you remember. Which is a lot of stuff, truly. So the head inquisitor asks you, do you know the word of Yabarag?
Yes, I do. I heard about him during my old studies back when I was just an apprentice.
So, you know that we are going to be sending you over to the New World. That's what we do with criminals. We exile them.
But I didn't do anything. I've already told that I don't even know who this person is.
The head inquisitor, he looks over to Rocky and kind of judges him just by looking at him, and he sees no reason to believe what you guys are saying. Come again? Draco, what did you say?
Nothing, just commenting about the text chat, that's all.
Oh, okay. So the head inquisitor said he sees no reason to believe why both of you know or do not know one another. He doesn't believe or pays attention to what you say. No matter what you say, the goddess Yabarag will forgive your sins so long as you go and claim those lands for in her name to our kingdom of Kyria. As you can see, we have a little bit of a problem with the docks. The captains have gone missing, and we need these ships to be captaineered, to be able to go to the New World. But without captains, we can't really send them. So, even though it is not something I normally do, I'm willing to cut you a deal. If you go and bring back the captain, I will release you conditionally. You would go to the New World anyways. I heard that you guys are already planning to go to the New World. Both of you have been in the castle. I remember seeing everyone's face at the castle. I'm not a person who forgets faces. If you go and bring back the captain, I'm willing to free the both of you and give back your belongings. What do you say?
Well, we actually saved the captain a few moments ago, some time ago. So sure, we can get him.
Quick question: am I still at the docks?
No.
Yes, you. I mean, I forgot to go back to you. Sorry about that, Draco.
Walking on us.
Can I be nearby and see them?
Sure, but good point. I completely forgot about what you were doing after that. You went to the docks, you tried to look for criminal contacts, and nothing happened. You tried to follow them.
I just found a quiet place to rest on the rooftops.
on the rooftops?
Yeah.
Really? Okay then. So you did a long rest?
Yeah.
Alright, so as everything else was going on, as the sun was setting down and night was going by, you were resting at the rooftops. You kinda had a somewhat chill and very peaceful night of rest, seeing more and more adventurers flocking through the docks throughout the day, and then at night going away from the docks and into inns. And now that you woke up with the sun rising and shining bright on your face, and you woke up, you were on top of the rooftops, you saw many more adventurers flocking back into the docks, and then you also you just looked over and noticed this big commotion with the cart coming by and bringing in 2 more prisoners, and you recognize those 2 prisoners as you know.
Can I walk up as they're talking to the Inquisitor and back up Sam?
So if that is what you want to do, you can do that.
Sam, what the hell are you doing here? We need to go help the freaking captain find his bodyguard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just someone that has done some reckless decisions and.
Whoa! All the guards that were kind of keeping guard over Rocky and Summerlad, they turn over to you, Dracon, and they say, "Do you know these mongrels?"
I know Sam. I mean, I know the cleric. He's in my party. He went to go get a potion and he never came back to the tavern.
What, a party of 2 of you? Do you want me to believe that?
The rest of my party is still in the inn. Still in the inn, working off a hangover.
Among other things.
Okay, run a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Yes.
Good luck.
No. Well,
Wait, I'm helping Sam.
I guess this is where I come in and fix this.
You try to persuade them and try and say that you actually know Sam and that he is not an evildoer and that he is actually innocent. But the guards don't listen to you. They just said he was caught red-handed trying to rob a shop. I don't know what sort of allegiance the both of you have, but he's not going away. The head inquisitor has the final say on his fate.
Okay. Let me talk to Dracon. Can I talk to him?
Sure.
Oh, okay. So Dracon, we made a deal with the priest. He said that if we bring him the captain, he will release me and maybe this other guy here, but only if we bring him the captain.
Okay.
So we need to get a hold of him. Does anyone of the party know where he is?
The captain, he walked over to the dock. He might be arriving anytime now. Rocky, what did you decide? Did you decide to accept the head inquisitor's proposal to bring back the captain and be freed? Shadow?
Hello?
He doesn't have a mic currently.
The head inquisitor, he offered the both of you, Rocky and Summerlad, a deal. If you bring back the captain, he's gonna release the both of you. Do you accept his deal? If you get all your items back, you do. Sure thing then. So the head inquisitor, he just looks over the both of you, Rocky and Summerlad, and he says, "Well, may the guiding light of Yabarak be with you then. Guards, free them." And then the guards, they release both of your guys' shackles, Sam and Rocky. Now you're not unshackled anymore. But before they retreat, they give your items back to you. They are holding them in bags and they are about to hand it over to you. But the head inquisitor, he puts his hand in front of them and says, "No, those stay with us. They don't get to have all of their worldly possessions before they bring the captain back."
Alright.
So the head inquisitor just decides not to return to you guys any of your items until the captain returns. But he frees you, and they're here in the dock, so you know where to find them if you need to.
Alright then. Rocky, I'm gonna go and look for the captain.
I'm gonna help him.
Alright. While the both of you are looking for the captain, Oni, you just arrived at the docks. What do you do, Oni?
Just wait for everybody to arrive.
Okay, you just arrived at the docks. You're waiting, kind of looking around, and you notice Summerlad and Dracon and Rocky, the three of them, kind of walking in a group, looking around, and you notice them, but they don't notice you. What do you do?
Scream at them to make it obvious that I'm here already.
Alright, so you do that. You just raise your hands and say, "Hey, you guys!" And you get not only theirs, but everyone's attention. Everyone around you looks at you and they notice you. Summerlad, Rocky, and Dracon notice you.
Well,
Hi. Hello, Onel.
So,
do you want the long version or the short version of events?
give me the short version, because I need to know what happened and why didn't you guys even come back?
These two got arrested for God knows what.
Can I
I
speak
just
for a
went-
second?
Come again?
So,
Sam?
in short, someone made some reckless decision. This someone is Rocky, and got us arrested. Pretty much that.
Oh, God's green smurf in heaven. Jesus Lord.
You're
Why?
telling me.
Only
I
it's not
told
it's not Jesus Lordy, it's Yabarag. They don't know who Jesus is.
I'm trying. If I told you how reckless he was, you most likely wouldn't believe me.
I
So
think
what-
since you're arrested, I can believe that.
So why are they free right now? What is their condition?
We have to bring the captain over to get their ship back.
Their items back.
Rocky says the boy is a liar.
Well, is he though?
Rocky, let me
Rocky.
and Oni be the better judges of that.
Okay,
Don't know that.
so while you guys are the four of you are finally together and deciding what to do and where to go, you finally reunited and are trying to come up with a plan to find the captain. Matthias and Flint, the both of you wake up, and what do you know? You're both sharing a bedroom in an inn nearby.
And there are 2 beds and nothing bad happens.
Well, let's do it. Press. Yes, dang it.
Ugh. Matthias wakes up and stretches, and wakes up, looks over, sees Flint's there, grins, pats him on the back, gets up and starts getting up for the day, getting dressed.
Flint would have woken up with a pat on the back, and as he's doing his morning routine, would have been openly staring until clothes are on, and then Flint would start getting dressed.
Then I'm assuming we probably will head out.
Yeah, we'll head out and try and find our companions, and we have no idea what went on last night, so we're expecting everything to be all
Why do you smell like sweat and shame?
So rise and shine.
We haven't even gotten to the dock. We have probably just arriving at the docks ourselves.
Rise and shine.
They
The
do
both
there.
of you
Why
wake
do you
up.
smell like sweat and shame?
The both of you wake up and you walk out of the inn, or rather the bar. The innkeep kind of sees you guys. The barkeep kind of sees you guys leaving. He just waves at you and says, "Hey, come again if you're not dead." And as soon as you walk out, the sun is shining. It's still rising, but it's sunny already. It's probably six something in the morning. The bright sunlight kind of blinds you and make both of your heads throb with a big headache. You know that something happened last night and that you drank a lot more than you should have, and now you have a small headache to boot. But what do you know? It's a new day and you are somewhat rested. So what do you do now, the both of you?
We need to go find the captain and the bodyguard. So,
Yeah, but we should first probably find our other party members, I would assume. They should be around here somewhere.
Our statue is gone right now, by the way.
No,
He's
there he is.
back.
He's having computer issues.
Okay.
So,
Anyway,
Flint and Matthias, the both of you are standing around. You remember that the captain told you guys almost 2 hours ago
At the docks.
to go to the southern farms to find the house where his bodyguard lives, and that he was going to go and visit, but then he never returned from. But you also remember that the guard said that he was going to go to the docks and wait over there because he didn't want to be at his house anymore after you guys trashed it. So what do you guys do?
Hey, so Matthias, you think we should go get the captain and bring him to the bodyguard, or should we just go find the bodyguard?
Well, I think you need to find us first.
You're not here. For all we know, the rest of our happy little whatever we are, they're probably already looking for either or.
Let's just say let's go get the bodyguard.
Yeah, we could probably just go ahead and see where the bodyguard is. go start.
You guys are going to go to the farms to check out his house then?
Yeah, how long of a journey?
Not too much. You guys are in the. Boy, I haven't even done anything with those steps. You guys are in the house, in the more or less around the markets. That's actually you guys are a square away from the docks. And if you go to the southern farms, it's a 5.5 squares away. That would be, just let me make some quick math over here. That's going to be 1.5 hours of travel down there to the bodyguard's house. It's not that far of a journey, really. You guys can make it really quickly, find out what's going on, and then maybe check back with your mates.
Yeah, that matters, because after last night, Flint is definitely walking a little closer to Matthias at this point.
Yeah, so we head out that way.
So you guys are going to the bodyguard's house then?
Yeah, we are headed that way.
Okay, so that's going to be a 1.5 hour journey, and while you guys are going that way, just, chilling and going that direction, kind of holding closer to one another, bantering a little bit as you go by. Every now and then, Flint eyes Matthias with, kind of eyes him up and down a little bit. Then Matthias does the same. They keep eyeing one another, walking southwards towards the bodyguard's house. Meanwhile, in the docks, Summerled, Rocky, Dracon, and Onel, you are all looking for the captain. So whoever wants has the higher.
I mean, we could all roll investigation and just
yes,
see them first.
Whoever has the highest stat do roll an investigation. Only one of you can roll it, but one of you can help.
I'm proficient in it, so I could do it.
So someone does wants to assist Dracon with investigating.
I may actually need help.
Yeah, that is a 19 you roll, so it's a 23. Awesome.
I'm sorry, what's...
The idea is that if someone is going to do something, you guys can assist them with that something, which means that whoever rolls with an advantage.
Can I
I
help?
roll with advantage, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter, because I rolled a...
Yeah, you rolled a 23,
Yeah.
so that's a very high number
so it
already.
doesn't really matter.
Aw.
So-
I mean, if you want to see if you actually roll this one, I don't know how.
So before we resolve this roll, a very high investigation roll, I said when we started at 1.5 hour in, we were gonna make a little break in case you guys wanted. Does anyone want to make a quick short break?
I'm good.
I'm good. Shadow needs a minor break, I think.
Yeah, Shadow needs water.
Yeah, I need to use the restroom real quick.
Okay, sure
But I'll be
thing.
back.
We're gonna make a 5-ish minute rest. Just let me know when you guys are back.
Okay.
And in the meanwhile, I'm going to check out the chat because, like I said, we are streaming this on Twitch. There's a lot of people there in the chat.
Well, I can give you the rundown, Doug. Let's see, Tiger resubbed.
Hey, hello there, Stu. Thank you for that resub. It's
Hi,
been a while
Stu.
since you have showed up on the streams. Thank you for that resub. And also Kazuma G Shap, sorry for not saying that beforehand, but thank you for the raid if you're still there. If you're not, thank you nonetheless. And all the people that followed me, Fulf Cloud, and also who was it? Fulf Cloud gave the channel a follow, and also Falex Prometh. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Well, the both of you, thank you so very much for that follow, and I hope you guys are enjoying the stream or have enjoyed, dropping in here after the raid. So
definitely. All the kids.
and also Kun, the bot is not active. I had forgot to active him, but now he is there. So feel free to do the commands.
Just because.
Shut up.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Just to clarify, do I have to roll again with advantage, or are we just gonna take that?
You rolled once already. You could just roll one more time regular, and we'll call it.
If you
Okay.
want,
And
I'll roll
second
again, just to resolve it.
you want me to roll?
Yeah, just a regular roll.
Maybe you roll a 20 this time.
I'm scared to roll, guys.
Nope.
Okay, I take the advantage of 23.
Okay. So luckily someone was assisting you in investigating, and you rolled a 23. And that is what happened. Did Tiger say he was back?
Yes. Wait, I don't think Tiger said he was back.
I know Shadow's back.
Shadow's
Waiting on
just-
Tiger.
The Tiger, I don't know yet.
I was just asking to resolve this ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just resolving at the moment.
Okay, so you rolled a 23 investigation. That is a very good number. That's all I'm gonna say, and we're gonna wait for Tiger to come back. But in the meanwhile, to the people over there in Twitch, sorry for not paying a whole lot of attention to Twitch, but thanks for being there, and I hope you guys are enjoying this late-ish Saturday stream.
I know I am.
Well, you're part of the stream.
So I'm happy.
Yay.
So am I.
Also, Kun, your microphone, I have checked here, your microphone is already at top volume, and I still have a hard time understanding you sometimes.
I'm using my iPad as my microphone, and I'm not necessarily close to it, so maybe I should just hold on to it.
Yeah, maybe just whenever you're gonna talk something, just hold it a little bit closer, because sometimes I can't understand you very well. But that's it.
Okay, sorry.
That's alright, thanks. And also, Tiger, you're back.
Yep.
Alright. Now we can resolve this investigation roll. So, out in the docks, Dracon, he started looking around, looking for the captain. He looked up and down, left and right, looking to see if the captain was amongst the exiles they kinda are there. They were not allowed to go back home to rest, and they're just tired and complaining and waiting for the boats to the ships to leave to the New World and take them away. So are the adventurers that have just started to show up. They are also complaining, making a loud ruckus. And as you see them kind of doing this, protesting and asking for the ships to be released, you see that they're complaining to the to the guards that are there, and behind the guards, the captain is there. So you approach him.
Oh, good, Captain, we found you. Can you help us resolve a minor dispute, please? We need your help. It's about getting your bodyguard.
Hello there, my faithful adventurers, lovers of the color red. What is going on? What do you need?
We need your help talking with the Inquisitor to get my friends their
Whoa,
stuff back.
whoa. The head Inquisitor? What have you guys done?
I think one of them was being stupid and pissed off the guards.
Well then, I guess I can try and do something. Sure, let's go. And then now the captain is following you. The guards look over at him and send out some warning words. The captain says, "Oh, it's alright. They need me anyway. They're not gonna hurt me." But they send one of the guards anyway to follow the captain. So now you're being followed by the captain and a guard.
Okay.
So you guys do, after all, return to where the Inquisitor was holding you guys over, and you decide to, approach the head Inquisitor and talk to him.
Mr. Inquisitor.
Yes, what can I do for you?
This was the captain we assisted earlier yesterday. He will attest to what I have told you and what they have told you.
Is that so? Captain Giuseppe, what are you doing here? I thought you should be in one of those ships, taking those exiles away to spread the word of Yabarak to the faraway lands. Hello there, Head Inquisitor. You grow older every day. I hope you're still hanging in there. And you will keep hanging in there for a little while longer, because I'm not going anywhere until my bodyguard is with me. You know, do you remember Martin? He's not with me, and he should be. So I'm not going anywhere until he is. And the two of them keeps discussing. The Head Inquisitor keeps asking him to stop shaming the Yabarag and to go away on the ships and take the adventurers and the exiles with him. The captain keeps insisting very hard that he will not leave at all. Until the captain eventually turns over to you, points at the bunch of you and says, "They promised me to help find my bodyguard, so I'm here waiting for them to come back with my bodyguard, and until they don't, I'm not gonna leave."
They were in a tight situation, Inquisitor. We need to get the bodyguard, and the bodyguard may have been taken by some exiles that escaped your custody. Not saying the guards are bad or anything, but that is a very big possibility with how things have been going since we've been here. My friends need their weapons and gear to help us get his bodyguard back.
Just as your guys are trying to convince the Head Inquisitor, the high priest that was behind him is a very shrill, small man. He just kind of comes over. He was very quiet and not showing up at all, but he suddenly kind of steps forward and talks in a very low voice to you. "But my brothers and sisters, violence is not the solution. You don't need your weapons to resolve this. You need the word of Yabarag."
I understand that. I'm a firm believer of talking before bearing a blade. But I would rather have a blade at my side in case words fail me. That is what I believe.
So, roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion? I am horrible at this.
Well, you're the one who decided to talk to him.
Let's me do it.
9. Okay, you try to convince...
I think Sam wants to help. Can he roll?
Sam, you're gonna help Draken with his persuasion then.
Okay, I roll persuasion.
No. If you wanna help him, then Draken gets to roll again. No, for an advantage.
Okay.
So just do another roll.
Please be better. Please be better. That's a little better.
Okay, 15 is a good number. So, the both of you, I mean, Draken, you're trying to plead with him, trying to get him to, see your side, and as you're trying to talk, Sam comes by and also chimes in and says, "Hey, and he tries to help you convince him, and the high priest looks over at Sam and he stops discussing with you, and he just talks with Sam now, kind of ignoring you, Draken. "Oh, my child, are you a believer of the goddess Yabarag?"
You could say that.
Alright. Sam, you alone have to run a persuasion check.
Okay. This is gonna be great, yeah.
Okay, Oni.
Yeah, no, this is not great.
Alright, you try to talk to the head priest, to the high priest, trying to convince him that you're a believer of the goddess Yabarag.
I have a feeling we're gonna have to go in alone.
He doesn't buy it. The high priest just says, "No, if you were a true believer of Yabarag, you would know violence is not the answer, and you need not the power of the blade, but rather the power of the mind to convince those who are bent on doing evil. You will not get your weapons back."
I have a question.
Sure.
Can Sam cast spells without his weapons?
I don't know, can he though? Who knows the rules better?
What?
Would have a spellcasting focus of some sort, like maybe a holy symbol. So if that was confiscated, that might be a little tricky.
Can
Maybe
my
just
friend-
ask for his holy symbol back. You know, maybe see if we can get Sam's holy symbol back. I would say that.
At
See
the very
if maybe...
least, that's what we need. At the very least.
Sure. Sam, do you want to ask for your holy symbol back? Sam?
Sam?
Did we lose Sam?
Checking chat.
I think Sam has gone away for a little while.
Didn't mention anything about it either, because Sam is not muted or anything in the Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
weird.
he's not.
Maybe his computer crashed again. He said his computer was crashing a few times.
It is entirely possible.
Well, that kind of sucks a little bit, but...
There may be something I could do, but it would require a distraction.
What do you want to do?
Don't tell... Oh, God. This is gonna be...
It's possible, but I want to see if Sam gets back first.
Okay, just tell me. We're not gonna do it, but tell me, what is it that you think you could do?
I want to... Oh.
Oni is back.
I want to try and swipe the holy symbol from their stuff. But I would have to see where it is first.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, Sam.
Oh, good. You're back.
Do you want to ask the head priest, the high priest, to at least return your holy symbol? That's so you can cast spells.
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
You need a holy symbol to cast spells. Do you want to ask for it back?
Yes.
Alright. So, do me a little persuasion check.
Again.
Yes, again.
Can I give him some... Can I aid him in the... Oh, doesn't need it.
Alright. Sam, you try to convince the high priest to give back your holy symbol, kind of appealing to his godliness, to his piety. Give him your best speech to try and get him to return to you your holy symbol.
Oh, but I excuse me, but well, I do understand that Yabarag values the power of the mind over the blade more than anything. But you should also understand that even someone like myself should at least have some defense. And
I already tried that. that didn't work.
Try just asking, that, with your faith, and you understand his, that, your symbol of your faith is the most important thing for. Ask that.
You see, I myself don't believe in myself a lot, but when I have this symbol of Yabara close to me, I feel better. I think the power of the mind is not only within only me, but when I can summon it with my symbol, I can be better at it. Now, this is...
The high priest, he turns to the guards and to the head inquisitor and says, "Did you confiscate this man's holy symbol? You do not part a man with his connection to the high powers. That is of the utmost sacrilege, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Return this man his symbol. You do not take a symbol away from a man, whatever is his religion or belief." And the guards, they just look at one another. One of them is kind of ashamed. He opens up a sack that he's holding. He shuffles through it, trying to find your holy symbol. Then he picks it up, and he holds out his hand to return to you the symbol.
Okay, we can go now.
Thank you.
Thank you again, sir.
But remember, do not raise your weapons against those men just because they have lost their faith. Do not raise your hands against them. And then the high priest, he waves you goodbye, and he goes back he takes a step back hide behind the guards and the head inquisitor, who is just looking at you with the most sour expression you have ever seen a man do. And he just looks at you and said, "Well then, now that you have what you need, go fulfill this man's quest and return to him his bodyguard."
That's fine. It's fine, Sam. Okay, let's go to the bodyguard.
Alright, so you guys decide then to
Catch up with the
go
others.
then to the southern farms to reach the bodyguard. Is that so?
Yeah, I think that's what we want. Oni, you okay with that?
Hell yeah.
Alright, because Oni is with you guys, it would have taken you guys 1.5 hours to get there, but because Oni is with you, it's gonna take just 1 hour because, you know, he was raised in the streets, he knows all the shortcuts, so he can get you guys through alleyways and other places that there is not that much of a crowd, so you can slip by faster and get to the farms.
So, in theory, is it possible that they could encounter Flint and Matthias on the way to the bodyguard as well, since they're moving faster?
Theoretically, it is possible, because as it happens, Flint and Matthias, you are walking over the... you are walking out of the city from the docks. You have passed through several streets. You're going down this main road here, moving south towards the city. But as soon as you guys reach the gate here that leads outside of the city, you notice that the scenery changes. Inside of the city, you see a lot more well-built houses, and people are more well-dressed and more well-nourished. But as soon as you go through the gate here, you notice that the situation changes drastically. The houses are now very poorly made out of remainders of whatever was available. You see that the houses are not very well structured. They're kind of built in whatever-ish way. They don't follow a very neat pattern. And you start to see that there's a lot of spaces between the houses, and everything is weird. You can see that the entire place outside of the city just screams poverty. And the both of you look at one another. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep pressing towards the bodyguard's house, knowing that outside of the city the situation is much more precarious than inside?
Up for the town.
Definitely going to keep pressing forward, but I have my hand ready for either my crossbow or my sword in case I see anything shady.
Yeah, and I'm keeping my eyes peeled for any sort of... I'm being cautious as well as we travel down.
Alright, Kuhn, or rather, Flint and Matthias, you guys are walking down this main road here to the bodyguard's house. You're kind of just going through your way. But then suddenly, a beggar is in your way. He looks at you and he does not care about how well equipped the both of you look. He just steps right into your way, in front of the both of you. He extends his hand and says, "Alms, please! Alms for a poor man!"
Alright, after our last alleyway encounter, I trust no one. I would like to roll an insight check if I may.
Sure, you can roll an insight check.
That is a 17. I like that.
Okay, Flint, you try to look this beggar, up and down. You try to get an insight into what is going on, but you can see from the way that his body is shaking and from the way that his eyes are pleading for you to give him something. You can tell that this man has not any ill feelings towards you. He is desperate. He is hungry and he wants food. And he is not caring at all about what happens to him. He just wants food. That's
Is he the only beggar around?
Roll a perception check.
Okay, I am also proficient in that. I'm happy. Okay.
Critical fail.
So you look around and you see that there are many other people around, but kind of far away. These beggar is the only one that's relatively close to you. He's right in front of you, but everyone else that you can see is around you and kind of far away. And all of the people that you can see look kind of like him. They also look impoverished. Their clothes look bad, and they all look kind of desperate. They all are walking to one or other direction with purpose in their walk, but they don't even look at you. They just walk to whatever they need to go. But there is a lot of other people out in the streets.
Alright, so Flint will act like he's ignoring the beggar, but try and just sneak something into his hand, one of his rations.
Alright, so do a sneak check. Stealth check, rather.
Stealth. I definitely would like stealth over sleight of hand, because I'm proficient in stealth.
Okay.
22.
So the beggar, he's standing of you, kind of just shaking his hand in front of you, shaking his hand. Alms for a poor man. And just as he says that again, you kind of walk past him, pushing his hand away with one of your hands, but quite nimbly you pick out of your own pockets a ration, and you pick it up and hold it out to him, and presses into his chest and kind of pushes him away from you, but with this little packet in pressed across his chest. And the beggar man, he just stumbles away a bit, kind of surprised that you push him away, but then also surprised to see that he's holding something. And then he grasps it really tightly, really hard against his body, and he looks at the both of you with these big glaring eyes at you, and he just keeps looking at you. What do you do?
Well, I gave him food. My job here is done.
We just go on.
Okay, so the both of you keep walking on. Just you ignore him and decide to press forward. The beggar, he just looks to the rations you gave him, and then look back at you, and then back into his rations, then back at you, and then he scampers off into one of the many alleyways that connects to this main road that your guys are following. And that's it. You guys keep walking down. Also, Flint, if you had rations, you should discard one of your inventory now.
I just did.
Great. And you keep walking, and eventually you guys keep walking southwards, and you reach the farms. Now you're not seeing those shabby looking houses anymore. Now you just see open fields, and there's a lot of open fields all over the way. But down here you see a house in the middle of the farms. You see many houses, in fact, but you see this one house that kind of matches the description that the captain gave to you. It's a 2-story house with a chimney and a staircase that from the outside that leads to the upper floor, and a barn very close by. What do you do?
Definitely at ease now that I'm out of the part of town we were just in, so I very visibly get my hands away from my weapons and just turn with eyes and say, "In place."
How far are the rest of us away from him?
I'm just gonna get you that, Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just going to do just a perception check on the house and the area around it, just get a overall view since we're just coming in view of what it would be.
Yeah, I'm also taking a look around because that's what I do. New place, scope out the area.
Okay, so both of you individually roll perception checks.
Individual perception. Nice. Yeah.
Matthias, you got a 22. Flint, you got a 14.
decent-ish, maybe.
All right, so what happens is you guys are walking. You just slow down your pace. You kind of start looking around you to see what is going on. You see that the people all the desperate, kind of hungry-looking people that were behind you in the city streets, they're not over here. This is just fields and farms, all as far as you can see, or not that far, but lots of farms anyway. And you see that each farm is kind of neatly marked and divided with a small fence, and they are divided. There's all sorts of crops growing in. There's corn, there's apples, there's all sorts of things, and you see nothing wrong really. You just kind of look forward. You see the house. You see that there's a woman standing in front of the house and kind of tending to the farms. And the other houses you try to look at, they just look just like that. Farms and the houses and people around them working the fields. That's all you can see. What do you do?
Nothing seems out of place here. Want to just keep going on to Martin's house?
So
yeah, I would think that.
Before you actually can enter the fields, you see someone coming up to you, a commoner human. He just comes up to you, he holds his hand up and say, hey, you can't come in here. You can't come into our properties like that. Who are you?
We're looking for Martin.
For Martin? But he's never even here. Who are you guys?
The captain sent us.
Oh, Captain Giuseppe sent him. What? I thought
Yes.
I thought that Martin and Captain are always together, aren't they?
Well, something happened. We had to rescue the captain from all these assholes. Now we're looking for Martin because he wasn't with the captain.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I haven't seen Martin in a while. Actually, I kinda did. But that's been, 3 days ago, I think? You should ask his wife. She's over there. And then he points at the house that you saw before. The house with the 2 stories and the barn and the woman in front tending the fields. He points over at that house and says, hey, that's Martin's wife. She's over there. Maybe she knows a little bit more.
Again, Flint is very untrusting, so may I roll an insight check here?
Sure, you can roll an insight check.
I believe everything.
All right, so you try to look at him, try to perceive if he's trying to lie or something. You kind of squint really hard and look at his face, and then he looks at you and backs away a little bit and says, "Are you drunk? What's going on?"
This is time for a Twitch emote. Just spam uh-oh.
I actually have a Twitch emote for this. Hold on a sec.
Might be a bit drunk.
I will subscribe to
Resident Sleeper.
Don't worry, I put it there. I put the Douglas Grump one.
So the guy just backs away and says, you shouldn't drink that much. It's bad for your health, you know. But anyway, if you're looking for Martin's wife, she's over there. But be careful, try not to step on the crops, please. We actually make a living growing them. And then he backs away and walks away, kind of eyeing you guys a little bit, but still walking away and leaving you guys to your own devices.
There it is.
Alright, so I guess we head over to talk to his wife.
Yes.
Probably to avoid walking on the crops.
Okay.
We'll probably head towards her.
So you guys approach, just the 2 of you, Flint and Matthias, you approach the house that the guy pointed over to you, the guy that the captain described. And you see this house, this farmhouse, and you see that there is a woman tending to the fields. She's not doing a whole lot of movement, but before you approach too much, kind of just kind of point at you and say, "Who are you? Hold there, who are you?"
we'll just be like, oh, hail, ma'am. We come here asking. We come looking for Martin. We were sent here by his compatriot, Captain Giuseppe, to find him. He said that his home, this was his home, and then we talked to another fellow and said that you are his wife. So we would wonder if you knew where your husband was.
She just she drops all the tools that she's holding and she puts one of her hands over her mouth and gasps really loud and says, Martin, do you know of him? Do you know where he is? Have you heard anything about him? You can see now that she's really desperate.
Oh dear.
Oh god, this isn't good.
Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry. We don't know any more than you. The last we heard was the information we knew from Captain Giuseppe. He said he was with him for a while, and then he got the captain. We found him tied up with a whole bunch of exiles, and Martin was nowhere around beside. He said that Martin disappeared before he was captured by these exiles. So I'm so sorry, ma'am. We don't know that much information. That's why we came here, hoping that you might know more about your husband and his dealings.
Just as you, Matthias, are saying that, everyone else, Dracon, Onel, Summerlad, and Rocky, they are walking the same path that you guys did, but as soon as they come close enough, they kind of notice you guys, and they're a little bit far behind, but they can see you now. So, all of you guys, everyone else, what do you do when you see Matthias and Flint over there in the distance talking to someone?
As I'm approaching, I just look up at them and shake my head.
I nod back and say, understood. In that way, just saying understood.
I stay quiet.
I just want to search on the crop and the tall grass for anything.
That would be some type of check.
Yes, I'm trying to think of what it is. Oni, you do have a advantage you have keen hearing and smell. So do a perception check. Perception.
And if this is hearing and smell, it's definitely advantage.
Yeah, so press the roll. Perception? Just open up your character sheet. Yeah, there you go. But now get your roll again because you rolled with advantage.
Alrighty. Another
You roll better. Nope, that
just double.
Well then.
Can you just total that to make it 14?
did work like that.
So you try. So as soon as you approach your group, you try to lift up your nose and start sniffing around to see if you detect anything. But you kind of just feel this very strong smell of alcohol coming from two of your teammates, and you can't smell anything else. The smell of alcohol is just too strong, and you can't shake it off. You can't smell anything other than the alcohol.
Punks.
Well,
So-
that's going to turn to the wife and ask, when Martin is not with the captain, where else might he be?
The wife, she just looks at all of you guys now grouped together, this group of 6 adventurers, and she just approaches you guys. Finally, she was holding a defensive stance, but now she relaxes a little bit, and she approaches you, and you can see that now she lowers his hand, and now she goes back to holding her belly, and you see that she's pregnant, very late into her pregnancy rather.
Oh.
And she approaches the group, and she just says, I don't know. My husband Martin, he came over here a few nights ago. He said he was gonna leave to go with his captain Giuseppe, to explore the faraway lands, and I told him I didn't want him to go. We have a child. We're gonna have a child to raise, and he's gonna be away for so long. We fought, but he said he had to do it, and I don't know. The last thing I know is that he went into the slums to try and convince the people over there, because there's this big kind of small war going on with the exiles and the kingdom. The kingdom are trying to send the exiles over there, and the exiles don't want to go, and the exiles are causing all sorts of troubles and ruckus all over the place. And my husband, he foolishly thought he could go and convince them, and he went to the slums and he hasn't come back ever since. I'm afraid that they might have captured him, because that's what they do. They are trying to get people over on their side. I have seen exiles coming by here. They have tried to make us change our minds. They have tried to get us to cooperate with them, but I kept saying no. But my husband, he decided to go, and he hasn't come back ever since. It's been 3 days now.
Oh dear.
But don't worry, man.
I can point you guys over to the slums, and maybe you guys can please go find him?
Rocky, no.
Of course, we'll investigate that. I mean, we're searching for Martin ourselves, so we'll be glad to look for your husband. Ma'am, is there anything you'd want us to tell him if we see him?
Well, if you do see him, please talk him out of this crazy idea of going with Giuseppe to the other world. It's too far away, it's dangerous. We keep hearing the exile says that it's dangerous and nobody ever returns, and I don't want that to happen to him. I need him in my life. We have a life together here. I don't understand where he's going. So, if you see him, please talk him out of this crazy idea of going overseas.
We'll see what we can do, ma'am.
Absolutely can. We can't promise we can talk him out of the idea, but we can certainly try.
Alright, come on over, all of you. I bet you guys... I need to tell you guys more about the slums. They are dangerous, and I don't want you guys to go unprepared. Then she turns around and she starts walking towards her house to enter the house, and she beckons you, inviting all of you over to enter the house with her.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, Flint's defenses are a little down because pregnant woman, so he's not gonna ask for an insight check here.
What about you, Dracon, Oni, Sam? Do you guys want to do any sort of tests? Or
no, she's pregnant. She won't risk anything. She won't risk the baby's life over anything.
Okay.
The dog wants to play outside in the grass.
All right,
you
then.
have to come in and listen. I'll give you a treat if you do.
I know the secrets of the slums already.
Oh yeah, Oni is urchin.
Knowledge. I'm an urchin. I know the secrets.
Okay, so she invites all of you over into her house. She warmly starts opening up all the windows. She starts kind of just setting up a table and putting some leftover food that she has, some pieces of bread and some milk that she has. She puts on the table to all of you. And as she goes doing all those things, opening the windows, putting out the table, she also kind of talks to you guys, not with her back turned to you as she's doing those things. My husband, he tried to talk with these exiles for quite a while. He tried to convince them to give up on getting this war going on with everyone else. But I don't know that he's alright, but I hope that you guys will find him. So the slums he went to, they're just over there, across the fields and before you enter the city, a little bit inside, there's this big place that is filled with exiles. They kind of escaped from the city and they moved out here and they started settling, kind of building houses and little fortresses or whatever they call them, and they totally dominate that place now. And my foolish husband went there, and I can't tell you much. All I can say is that from what I have heard, the exiles, they have a den, a big basis of operations or something. I don't even know what they call those things. At the very center of the slums. So going in there, you guys are gonna go through the main road, and at the very end, it has some sort of crossroads. I heard it somewhere around there, but that's all I know. I wish I could tell you more. I wish I could do more for you guys that are so kind and trying to help my husband.
You're doing the best you can, and you're thinking of your child. That's all that matters.
You're doing more than enough by feeding us right now.
You're doing more than enough. You're helping us.
Oh, that's the least I can do for someone, for a group of people who are trying to risk their lives to find my foolish husband. But that's it. There's nothing else that I can think of to say. Is there anything else I can do for you, adventurers?
No, I think that's it. Thank you for the meal.
Yep.
So she just hoisted himself up, kind of supporting herself with one arm on the side of the table as all of you guys are sitting down. And she just stands there now, kind of with her arm over your shoulder, Dracon, just holding you with, supporting herself, holding you with one arm, and then holding her belly with the other arm. She just, this is the first time you actually see her smile, and you see a little tear dripping down her eye, and she just says, "I'm so blessed to have you guys here. I wouldn't know what to do if it weren't for you. But please, bring my husband back. That's all I ask of you. And also, try and talk him out of going into this expedition. He can't go."
We will do what we can to convince him, but the pay to go there is very tempting.
So now,
for many.
So now I have shared with you guys a little handout of the family house. If you guys want to read what she said and what everything looked like again, that's in there. But that's it. But that is it. You guys are over at here on the bodyguard's house, hanging out with Martin's wife. Looking outside, you can tell that the sun is not still very high up in the sky. It's 8 in the morning. That's all that's what you can say. That's what you can see. And also you know that there is these slums right over to her house, less than half an hour away. But she said that it's very dangerous and her husband is in there somewhere. So what do you guys as a group want to do?
I say we head in and have Oni lead the way. He would know what to do the most.
I also have an idea.
What's up?
While Matthias and I were walking through that area of town, I slipped a beggar some food. I think if we find that guy, he would be more open to talking with us. He might be able to help us.
Quite possibly.
So you guys want to try and find him, or do you guys want to go to the slums?
I thought this guy was in the slums.
He might be. Who knows?
Well, find that guy.
I think you came across him somewhere here.
No, he actually was there, but then he scampered off inside the city somewhere else. I mean, into the slums. So he might be somewhere around there. You may or may not come across him.
Yeah, if he's a beggar, he
Also,
probably would be in the slums sometime later.
Also, we have to take in the fact that two of our besides only being able to cast spells, two of our people are defenseless right now.
Yeah, Summerled and Rocky, they don't have weapons anymore. They still have their armor, but they don't have weapons.
I want to ask the wife something.
Sure.
I mean,
do you have any spare farm equipment like sickles, some type of blade?
Blades. Let me check. And then she walks out of her house and into the barn to look for equipment, but you can see that she's slow. She's walking very slow, kind of holding her belly and taking a long while to get there. But
to help her move so that she doesn't have to carry herself the whole time. Here, let me help you, ma'am.
oh, you're such a nice boy. Thank you very much.
While they're doing that, I can hand my light crossbow to Rocky and say, I want this back.
So, Shadow, will you take Flint's light crossbow, was it?
Light crossbow.
Okay. Okay, so Rocky said of course.
So I will give him my light crossbow and 10 bolts.
Alright. A light crossbow and 10 bolts.
Say very clearly, I will want this back later.
Besides, he'll get his back once all the...
Oh, you had 19 bolts. Alright, I'll take the bolts back then if you have
Actually,
bolts,
you don't have the bolts.
doesn't.
They confiscated everything you had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
because they would be part of his weapon, so
Yeah.
they'd take those too.
so light crossbow, 10 bolts. You probably already know the stats for a crossbow if you had bolts already, so... light crossbow is 1d8 damage plus whatever your modifier is. Just so you know.
Okay, so Rocky, now you have Flint's light crossbow and 10 of Flint's crossbow bolts. And that's all your weapon equipment you have for whatever encounters you guys may or may not have in the future. Just as you guys walk back now, Matthias comes back with Beta, the bodyguard's wife, and all that she had there was a pitchfork. It was all
Could
that she
technically
had.
be used as a trident, but...
Yeah, let me check the stats for a trident. I don't know what they are.
What does a trident?
Yeah, but yeah, try.
A little different from a trident, probably a little flimsier since pitchfork is made more for farming than for stabbing fleshy things.
Well-
yeah, I would probably put it at half of whatever a trident is.
Trident is 1d6. And it can be thrown. And is versatile.
Yeah, you can still use it as a versatile weapon, but I would say you may need to roll every now and then to see if you break it, because it's, like I said, not made for fleshy things.
Okay, so every time you use it, there's gonna be a roll to make sure it doesn't break or, splint apart or whatever.
Well, we could do what they do on Critical Role for Percy whenever he misfires.
What would that be?
True. If the roll is low enough, you might break it.
I see. The attack roll, you say?
Yeah,
If the attack roll is low enough, you can then roll whatever you need to make sure there isn't damage or it breaks.
Okay, so, yeah. There is this one pitchfork, and whoever is gonna take it.
I would give it to Sam, since he probably...
Yeah, give it to Sam, especially since I just gave Rocky my crossbow. He's set.
Mhm.
Alright, so Sam, I'm going to go and edit your character sheet and add a trident to one of your weapons. Actually, a pitchfork.
Can I give a dagger to Shadow, just so he has something close range?
Sure.
I have 2 of them.
Can do all of those things.
Okay, I'm giving Shadow a dagger.
Yay!
Okay, so there you go, Sam. Now you
I
have
want it
a pitchfork.
Take out the dagger, flip the blades on. Let's say, I want it back.
Okay, so that is going to that is going to be your guys' equipment. So are you guys ready to go?
I think we're as ready as we can be.
Alright. Rocky says, Doug says I have 2 light weapons. The dagger and the light crossbow. You can attack with both. Like,
A light crossbow is two-handed.
is it?
Crossbow is still 2-handed.
Yeah, a hand crossbow is one-handed, but a light crossbow is two-handed, so you can only attack with one. And the way we're doing it, you're probably going to have to burn either your move or a bonus action to switch weapon.
Okay. So you can't dual wield then. It's either the dagger or the other thing. So you guys decide to leave the bodyguard's house. You leave Beta behind. You kind of wave her goodbye, and she waves goodbye back to you. Kind of a little bit more excited than when you saw her before, when you first met her. And you make your ways to the slums. It takes you half an hour to get there. The sun is still low in the skies. It's still early morning. You can tell that it's about to become 9 in the morning. But something incredible happens, and what that happens now is that you guys are in the first dungeon of the game. The Pergos slums.
Are you kidding? We're in a dungeon now.
Yes, it is a dungeon. And you can't see anything because the only place you guys can see is the far right corner. All the way to the right and in the middle, vertically.
I can't see anything, everything's black.
Yeah,
In that case,
scroll all the way to the right and then down a little bit. You can see there's a little pathway.
I see.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
It's very, very big dungeon. But when I say dungeon, I actually mean the place where lots of people live, called the slums.
Okay, can I roll stealth?
You can, but there's nothing happening yet. I'm gonna put your characters.
I just want to be hidden.
I'm gonna put your characters over there. Flint, Rocky, Summerlad, Dracon, Matthias, and Onel. All of you guys are there in the okay, there we go. So all of you are there in the dungeon. You can dungeon, quote unquote. You guys can now probably move your characters around.
Okay, I'm gonna do stealth.
Double
so
check to see if you can move your characters and if the stats are right.
Yep, looks good to me.
I'm good.
Okay, so this is a fairly big dungeon. There's a lot of encounters that are gonna happen here, possibly, probably. As you guys go forward and try to find the bodyguard. So, we still have like 20-ish minutes we can go in, but do you guys want to leave this dungeon for the next time, or do you want to go and do it the beginning of it right now?
I crashed in.
We could maybe hold off since Sam's been having trouble.
Yeah.
No. I'm fine. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
We all agree.
Let's just a little while longer too.
Okay, so do you guys agree to go half an hour more to see what we can make out of this dungeon?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm just
Half
gonna
hour.
fix my computer real quick.
Okay, so
Well, that's all going.
I'm hidden, right?
yes, you are stealthy. You're kind of holding close to the walls.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to roll for stealth as well.
Do that.
Yeah.
The same thing too.
It's still dark.
No, it's the morning.
So unless
No,
it's
I mean inside the dungeon.
we don't see much of anything yet.
Oh, it's just the slums.
Ooh,
Rocky, you cannot stealth.
You can, Sam, you have to scroll all the way to the right and then down a little bit until you find a little corridor where you guys are.
It might be helpful. Up in the top right corner of the Roll20 screen, there is a zoom bar. You can.
I'm just trying to fix my computer here. Also, can I say something?
Sure.
I have a cantrip to make light out of nothing, so there's that.
But it's daytime. There is light outside. You guys
It's
can
daytime
see.
when we're outside.
Oh,
Yeah, so we can see what we can see just fine. We just can't see much because we're in a tiny alleyway, apparently.
Yes. It's very tiny. So I would suggest you guys decide right now what formation you guys want to take. That's so
Well,
you don't lose yourselves.
I think me and Bad should be the tip of the spear.
I was about to say that I will definitely be out front.
Because I don't want to give too much away, but some of these corners are going to get really tricky.
I'm gonna go all the way up to this corner and peek around.
Sure. So, you're stealthing, right? Everyone
Yes.
try to stealth.
Yeah, and I'll be standing back behind him about midway.
I'll just stay right here.
Matthias is taking up the middle.
Okay, and Rocky, you could not stealth.
Yeah.
So
critical.
you show up to that corner there. As you move further down into the streets, you can
Trip
see
over, fall, eat dirt.
as you move over the streets, you can see a little bit more ahead of you. You can see that there's a big this main road, as they said before. It continues further ahead and down this place here. You can see that there's a lot of alleyway going upwards, but that's about it. You can't see the end of the alleyway from here.
Alright, since he's looking that way, I'd like to look the other way.
Sure, so you look down there to try and see if you can find something. You kind of see the end of the alleyway. Damn it, I misclicked that. And you can see that, it just keeps going. And you can see that the end is very much there. This alleyway, it
Okay.
ends there. You can see the wall
Clear
at
right
the end.
now. I wave the others to come up.
Alright, I move up behind. Drop
wait,
off.
so
I'm also looking for that beggar if he's around.
Okay, what is
Sam?
your passive perception again?
Who?
Passive is 12.
Mine is 14.
Let's see. Mine's 14 as well, but yeah.
Okay, so 14 passive perception is the highest we have right here. Okay, if the beggar shows up, you guys will see him. If he does show up, that is.
If he shows up, gotcha.
Okay, so where do you guys want to go now? Also, Sam and Rock, you guys are a little bit far behind.
Rocky,
Also,
Wait for Rocky to come up.
where do we want to go? Do we want to move together? Or do we want to split up?
Mission
since you guys are
Impossible.
now exploring the slums, I'm gonna play the slums exploration theme. It's another song.
Well, Rocky wants to split up.
Really?
The player in me says it's not such a good idea. Flint thinks it's an awesome idea.
Alright, what do you guys want to do then?
Well, if you want to split up, I guess I can.
Okay,
I could use-
I'll take the right.
Guys, I could use the keen hearing and smell to see if the beggar's nearby or not.
Does
Technically, Oni didn't run into him.
No, but
Yeah, not know who this is.
one of you handed off the ration to him.
alright? So only there's no range on that skill of yours, right?
It says rely hearing on smell. There's no range on it.
Okay, so do a perception check then.
Perception. I have to just do perception check.
Yeah.
14.
14. You try to smell around, but you can't catch a scent of this guy. You can't tell that he's not here. Not nearby you, rather.
We're looking for a beggar.
Yeah, I gave some guy some food. Maybe he'll be more open to talking. If we're gonna split up, you guys go that way, we'll go this way.
Yeah, I'll head north.
So
We go a little bit down the alley.
Okay, so this alley, it has a little kink that, you know, it's diagonal, so you guys are gonna have to position yourselves a little bit better. And as you can see, this alleyway south, it kind of thins down. So by the end, only one of you are gonna be able to stay there at a time.
All right, I'll take the lead here. Who's coming with me?
I'll follow up behind Flint.
I just look him up and down and smile, and then turn back around, back in mission mode.
Okay. Sam, Rocky, I guess you're with me.
Okay. So, my computer crashed again.
And
Rocky, you're with me. I'm gonna go halfway down. Do I see anything further?
okay, you do go halfway down that alleyway up north, and you'd see that it ends eventually. You can't very well tell what is at the end, but you can tell that it definitely ends. Also, I cannot reveal the area. Let me try this
I guess
again.
Oni's following me.
I'm following you, but I can't move my character.
Yeah, so point of reference, Summerland is going up north with everyone else, but PC is being a dirt. The cleric is going up north, Rocky, so if you want to head up that way with them, it'll just be me and Matthias heading south.
Alright then.
I travel a little further. About here. Do I see anything else?
Still the same thing.
Okay. Just gonna move down here then.
Just a second. I'm trying to select things here, but it's not working out.
Okay, my computer is now back.
Welcome back,
Yeah,
Sam. Okay, so you're over there, right, Draco? Draco?
Yeah, I'm up north.
Okay, what is everyone else doing? Oni, are you following Draco?
Yeah.
How far are you following him?
Hey, wait, I want to follow Dracon too.
Sure thing, Sam.
Okay.
You
Rocky,
guys wanna go that
follow
way, then go
Flint
that way.
and Matthias.
We are going down this way.
Yep.
Rocky, where are you going? Are you going alone, or are you gonna follow someone?
Metagaming moment, I don't recommend going all alone.
He's going rogue on us. He's going.
Rocky, you're going alone. Sure thing.
I'm the rogue! I'm supposed to pull this shit.
Okay, so, just a second. Flint and Matthias, as you go down here, you see that there's a little alleyway down there. Some sort of entrance. Rocky, as you go over there where you're going, you see that there's an alleyway and it ends and it's a very short alleyway. What do you want to do, Rocky? Rocky, you walked over there, you saw that there's an alleyway over there. What do you want to do?
Can I ask something?
Sure, what is it? What is it,
Can I
Sam?
try and follow Rocky?
Come again?
Can I still try and follow Rocky? Can I change where I was?
No. Not anymore.
Nope.
Okay, Rocky, you wanna roll perception? Sure. Roll perception. 7.
Having a good.
That is
That's a
actually...
critical fail.
Yeah, that is a critical fail. So you try
That's-
to look at the walls and you see nothing wrong with them. You'll try to look around, you see nothing. And suddenly... you know, you decide to wander off and enter this alleyway, just because why not? So you move inside this alleyway because you try to perceive what is going over there. You get in there and you see that there is absolutely nothing. It's a very empty alleyway. There's nothing going over there, there's no one hiding, and it's a very chill situation over there. All day long. It's pretty nice, pretty chill. You are alone in there, so you kind of just walk in. But as soon as you get in there, in the middle of the alleyway, by the way, suddenly and randomly, a rain of rocks start falling over you. Little pebbles and little stones, they start raining down on you. And you barely have time to guard yourself before you are pelted by a lot of stones. So what happens is you have to roll dexterity. Well, you already went and rolled it, so you failed again.
Oh my...
Jesus
Lord.
Wow.
Telling
Boy,
you anything, Rocky?
Rocky-
Don't leave the group.
You have very bad luck. So Rocky, you're gonna take let me check quickly. Rocky, can I roll the d20? No, you already rolled the dexterity and you failed. So you take 2 hit points of damage.
Bludgeoning.
So you take
What?
2
No,
hit points of
No,
damage,
you
Rocky.
would've rested, Rocky. Full day passed.
And as after you get pelted by the stones, you take 2 hit points of damage. Now you're kind of hurt and bleeding here and there. And just as the rain of rocks finally stop, you kind of look up and you hear laughter of children coming from all directions on the rooftops of the buildings, but you can't see them. That is what happened with you.
He's getting attacked by children.
Yes. Now, Draken and...
No, you're not dead.
No, you're not dead.
Dead, Rocky. We just told you. 8 hours passed, you're back up to full.
Yes. Sam, where is your character? I don't see it.
Oh, I was inside only.
Why? Sure. So Draken, what do you want to do?
Is this a corner right here?
Yes, it is a corner.
Can I look around it?
Yes, do a perception check.
Perception. I have 18.
Okay. Also roll a stealth check.
Okay. 23.
Okay, good.
Wow.
So you tried before poking your head around the corner, you heard steps. And wait, what am I doing? No, I don't want to do that. Just a second. Review areas. There we go. Just as you're before poking your head around the corner, you notice voices coming over that way, and then you quickly, stealthily poke your head around, and you see that there's 3 guys standing there. And these guys look exactly like those guys you fought before, lots of them. You see that there are 3 of them walking around there, but you also notice that they look a little bit more... they look a little bit more prepared for trouble. The other ones that were in the city, they looked a little bit rugged, and a little bit kind of disoriented. This group here, they seem to be a little bit more organized and a little bit better prepared to deal with whatever comes up.
Okay, so do not want to face them.
What do you want to do?
Guys, start heading back towards the rest of the group. We can't head this way alone. By ourselves.
Okay.
And before I, do that, I want to throw down some ball bearings.
Sure. What do they do?
I can just use them as tripping implements if they decide to turn the corner.
Okay.
I just want to put about 20.
Alright. 20 of them. You put them in there. I'm gonna make a little shaping here to say that they are ball bearings.
Yeah.
So not 100% sure on what they do, but they are there.
Might trip people up if they step on it.
Okay.
I meant to put it like right here,
Oh, okay.
around the corner so they can't see it.
And also, before you guys keep on doing whatever it is that you guys were doing, It's time for Flint and Matthias to do their turn.
Well, I would have noticed this thing down here, so I'm going to sneakily take a peek around this corner here.
Okay, you, Matthias?
And I'm just gonna head up behind him.
Okay.
Just kind of keep and follow.
After
Like you did last night.
Yeah.
After last night, you guys are feeling very intimate and very, you're very synchronized. So the two of you are together, going on your own way. And Flint, he bends over the corner a little bit. Matthias also bends over the corner with you, to see what's over there. And you see that it's just another alleyway, and it ends shortly afterwards. There's just a wall there. But you see that upwards, it seems like there's more going on. So you see that this alleyway, there's a continuation.
I'm gonna turn around to Matthias, tell him what I see over here, and say, which way do you want to go? Do you want to go this way, or do you want to keep going down this way?
Yeah, that's a good question. Should we keep going down the way, see if we can slip past that side, or do we want to see what's in there? That's a good question. I mean, we might as well check and see if we can see anything more.
We're gonna go down this new way for a second here.
Okay.
Just very quietly, still stealthing. Don't want to arouse any suspicion and all that. So, stepping in about that far.
About that far.
Yep.
I'm
just
around.
doing a perception and
being very
trying to get a view of what's going on.
Okay, so roll a perception check.
Individual or
whoever's at the front is Flint.
okay, I guess that's me. Can I say that he is aiding me in this?
Yeah.
No. You're doing this alone.
No. Straight roll. Okay,
that's pretty good.
Okay. You do a little. You kind of hold out your hand towards Matthias to kind of shush him down, and then you try to focus to see if you can hear anything, and you can hear just a soft conversation going on. You can see two voices coming from further down that way, and they are just talking. You notice that they are not talking about anything like they're not talking about exiles or anything. They're just talking about day-to-day stuff, like about the money, the inflation, the politics or whatever, the World Cup of soccer, whatever is going on. They're talking about daily, mundane things.
So based on this, would I be able to assume these guys are not people we're going to end up fighting?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think I will take a peek and try and look for whoever is talking.
Okay, you end up just taking a peek, and you look over to the corner, and you see that there's just two guys over there talking to one another. They haven't noticed you yet. They're kind of just chilling, talking to one another.
Mercer in a hood.
Just, talking about the weather, mundane stuff. And they are clothed in very, very simple garments. They don't look armed. They don't look prepared to battle or anything. They look like civilians.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to wave at Matthias and just tell him what I see here. And then I'm going
move up behind him so we can hear.
Yeah, I'm going to step out very non-threateningly and just, hey guys, what's up?
Okay, the two guys that are there, they turn around and you see that they're hooded humans. They look at you kind of a little bit surprised and startled to see, first of all, a reptilian showing up, something that they never ever saw in their lives. And then someone bearing so many weapons as you are, and they both look shocked and surprised. And they instantly shut up and they stop talking about whatever it is that they were talking about. And they just look at you surprised.
Yeah, I've got my hands up in the air away from my weapons and say, don't worry, I'm just looking for someone. I'm hoping you guys can help me.
Who are you? Who are you looking for, mate?
Are you familiar with Captain Giuseppe at all?
Captain? Oh, we don't get no stranger here in here. It's just the slums. It's me and me pals in here.
Martin.
Yeah. If they're not
Merton.
familiar with the captain, they may not know him. Then how about this guy? Then I give a
They
description.
might know Martin because, his wife said that, he'd been in the slums quite a bit,
So,
trying to talk to the exiles, so...
Instead of that, I will ask, okay, you don't know the captain, but do you maybe know the bodyguard, Martin?
Merton? Oh, he's a big orc fellow, isn't he? I think I've seen him over here in the last few days. Are you looking for him?
His wife hasn't seen him in 3 days, so we're worried about him. We're looking. Do you happen to know where he might be?
3 days? Oh boy, 3 days is a long time to not see someone. Well, there are those near-dwells, exiles, sprawling around, and I don't know, but they might have your boy in there. Maybe you should look up for them.
Do you know where they hang out?
Let me think. Do you know where the exiles hang out, little Gertrude? I think I do. So up there's the main road, and if you go through the main road, to the very end there's a little crossroads, and I think by the end of the crossroads I always see them there. The Star Crossroad, we call them. I always see them hanging around over there, so you might be able to find them over there.
Okay. Where is this crossroad?
So they kind of give you vague directions. They tell you to go back through that main street where you guys came in from, but go all the way west. All the way to the left, and you're gonna reach the crossroads. That's what they tell you.
Okay,
So it sounds like having to head more west, we might encounter more exiles then.
Yes. I will thank them for their time, and then we will be on our merry way, back where we came.
Yep.
Alright, they both of them just wave over at you and they say, "Ooh, be careful where you go. There's many of those exiles around."
And then I just take out my hand crossbow and say, "Don't worry, we got it covered," and then walk away.
Okay, so now, Rocky, what are you doing? What do you want to do? You're over there, you have just been pelted by stones, you're hanging out alone in an alleyway. What do you want to do?
Come back to the group. Come back to the group, Rocky.
Rocky doesn't know what we were. No.
No.
No, you can't suicide.
No, Rocky, you cannot try, you can't commit Sudoku. You have to.
Sudoku!
Commit Sudoku.
You have to wait for your...
Tell me someone clip that, please.
You have to go somewhere or do something, but... Or you can just stay in there and wait for someone to find you, but... What do you decide to do then, Rocky? Where do you want to go?
He is exploring, apparently. He's walking around.
So as you're walking around, you just see that this alleyway here, it connects back to the main street, but that's it. Over there's nothing more in that alleyway. So where else do you want to go, Rocky?
At least type in chat what you're doing.
Over there, at the left, there's nothing. That's just a wall with it's just a wall. You can see that it's different shacks, and these slums they have all these poorly made shacks, and they're all over the place, and they form sort of weird shapes and weird pathways all over around. But everything you can see is a wall, and those walls are shacks, are individual houses.
Going back.
Okay, so you decide to go back to the group then.
He's.
So are you gonna stay?
Back to the group.
Rocky, are you gonna stand over there? Okay, so you look down, just a second. You look down and you see that there's this alleyway and it connects further down there. You can see that there's more going on, but you can't very well see. You see that there's an end there. But before you go, Rocky, before you go, Dracon, Oni, and Summerlad, what do you guys want to do?
We're gonna head back down. I'm gonna head back down just to rejoin the others and warn them about that path.
Okay.
I'll follow Dracon.
And
So
looks like Oni's doing it too.
you guys then end up going back to the main road.
Yeah, we head back to the main road.
All three of you go back to the main road to try and find your companions. Are you guys gonna wait in there or not?
I'm gonna go a little further ahead while they wait. Just warn them not to go just warn them not to go north. And
All
I'll
right.
head down here just to keep an eye out.
I'll stay in the middle with Oni.
Alright, Flint and Matthias, back to you guys. What do you do?
Well, we head back the way, since we just talked to these people. I'm guessing we're heading back the way we came.
Alright.
Unless we wanted to go farther down, but I don't think we did.
Okay, so are you guys going...
Well, splitting up is only okay in certain situations.
Yeah, these are very big slums, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of little alleyways that kind of split in several directions, so splitting up may not be the best option for you guys.
Well, I mean, look, we got separated. We found thugs. Someone is thinking of suicide. Isn't that great, guys? Isn't that great?
Yeah, so I would definitely try to go this way. And then I asked Matthias, alright, we need to go up that way and to the west. Excuse me. Yeah, up that way to the west. Did you want to explore down there at all, for any reason?
I mean, at the moment, we got information on where to go. I mean, we can continue heading west. I don't know if there's anything down this way. I mean, we'd probably just be wandering the slums that way if we did that.
Yeah, so let's just keep going up this way. Maybe we'll head up with our party.
Sounds good.
If we walk
Okay.
Up this way, and we will probably eventually come along these guys.
So all of you guys eventually come back to the main road, and then you all look around and you see one another. And pretty much the group rejoins for the moment.
Yeah. And we'll definitely know that we're supposed to be going this way.
Yes.
Got it.
So, Oni, do you want to do another perception check to see if you can find a smell? If you can smell anything about the beggar guy?
Oni did.
Burno.
I think Oni might not be there.
Got the thing right now.
Oh, hello there, Oni.
Okay, so what happened this split second?
I had met with you guys, told you about us needing to go this way. DM asked if you wanted to take another sniff for the beggar dude.
I'll just take another sniff.
Okay, so roll perception. Oni.
Will it be a good one?
Ooh. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, nice.
That's a good one.
So, damn it, I did something wrong here. What have I done?
Uh-oh,
Oh,
what'd
no.
you do?
You messed up Doug.
Oh damn, I messed up things here on the stream. Right, let me just fix this real quick. Shouldn't take too long to fix. Okay, fix it. Okay, so Oni,
Not allowed
you
to suicide, Rocky.
Oni, you try to take a sniff around the area to see if you can find anything anywhere, and you kind of feel a faint smell down, very close to you, down south, more or less over at the down south, and then to the left into a little alleyway. You feel a familiar smell of friendlies. And then you also very far down south and a little bit to the west, you find you smell another true friendly persons who may or may not be the beggars. All the way up north, you sniff two more, and all the way to the west, you catch another scent. So you catch pretty much 2 scents down south, 1 scent all the way up north, another scent to the west, and that's it. You feel those scents and you know that they are familiar and somewhat good, but you can't very well tell how far away they are. You just know that 2 of them are very close, the other ones not so much. The two scents you feel very close are the ones that Flint and Matthias just told you about. The 2 humans that were just hanging over in there. That's what you smell, Oni.
I smell the ones down south and up north. So there's another scent that's over there by the west. So who wants to join me to investigate that out?
So now you guys are joined in. Rocky, do you want to do something? Do you want to stick to the group or do you want to go alone?
He's going alone.
Alone, really? So where are you gonna go?
He's going south.
Are you going down that path? Okay, those of you guys who see Rocky entering that alleyway, do anyone want to follow him? Or do you want to let him go that way?
I'll follow him. Fine.
Sam, you want to follow him?
Yes.
I'll follow from a distance, just follow from a distance and take out my short bow just in case.
Okay, Sam, you're gonna have to hang out there in the middle of this alleyway, so over here. Same with you. All of those who want to follow Rocky are gonna have to wait back there.
Okay.
Only Flint, Matthias, anyone else wanna follow Rocky down there?
If I see them going down that way, I'll sort of shout, "Where the fuck are you going? We're supposed to be going this way."
Yeah, I'm gonna comment. What are you guys? Just trying to mumble that, but like, where are you going? What are you doing?
Is there a color of obedience we can put on Rocky?
Okay, so as Rocky goes that way, he ends up in this alleyway here. He sees the rest of it, and he sees a door. Rocky, you see a door down there, and inside you hear many voices talking, very excitedly. You can't very well make out what they're saying, but you hear voices. So you will avoid it. Sure. Sam and Dracon, you end up catching up with him. So you guys can walk down and come up with him and group up. And yes, to the left is walls, to the down is walls, to the right is walls. Up there you see a little white, little thing, that's a door.
Okay.
Let's just walk. Can I make out what the voices are saying?
You can make a... First make a stealth check.
Okay,
Come on,
stealth.
I can do this.
24!
Okay, that's a good stealth check. Okay, Dracon, now roll for perception.
Now, are you a canine? Wait, are you a canine?
Me? Yeah.
I believe you would have advantage on something where you're trying to hear.
Yes, you do.
Rocky, no.
Do I roll again?
Yeah, roll again.
Yes, you do roll again for
Mildly better.
that is
Mildly
not
better.
that's not on your character sheet though.
Yeah.
Should have put that up there. But anyway, you rolled a 16. Rocky and Sam, the both of you are still there. I'm still resolving this turn. Please don't move around. Dracon, you hear there, they keep talking. You hear voices. You can't very well make exactly what they're saying, but you keep hearing lots of words such as docks and new world being spat out. And you hear these people talking excitedly, and some of them also. A lot of people seem to chime in at several moments, but then it quiets down, and one of them talks a little bit louder than the others. But you can't very well make out what that voice is saying.
Can I tell if they're male or female?
You can tell that they are male.
They're excited about the world, so clearly not against Martin, but we don't want to deal with them either way.
So what do you decide to do?
Turn back.
Okay. So the three of you are going to turn back, but before you do, sure, you guys go up there, back into the main road, and regroup with everyone else.
Come on, Rocky.
Oni, Flint, and Matthias, what do you want to do? Onel, rather, sorry.
Rocky is being stubborn.
I guess I'll keep going west from here.
Okay.
Yeah, I will keep going this way. If I see these guys on their way back, I will just keep going this way.
Yeah, I'm following back behind.
Rocky is
Alright.
being stubborn, and I'm staying looking at him.
And also, before we head up this small little...
I think you might have stepped away.
Yeah, that's... I was about to say, instead of going this way here, I would probably go this way here, because I don't think there's anything over here.
Yes, over there where Rocky went before and was pelted by stones there. If you go up there and look there, you will see that there is nothing. But looking
Sam,
over, you can see that there
just
is...
back.
There's a little bit more going on over there at the... To the west. You can see that there's a few alleyways that kind of open up. And you see more... The main road keeps on going. So, do you guys want to go?
I'm taking a look around up here, and I'm going to assume Oni's taking a look around down here, but it's just me making this.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check.
Okay, quick question now. Do you guys want to group up and go? All along be there with Flint and Onel?
Yeah,
Rocky.
I'm moving up with them. I was just...
Dracon and Sam, do you want to be there with Flint and Onel?
Sam, just come back with me. If he wants to get himself killed, let him.
Sam?
Stone returns.
Are you there? Sam? Maybe his computer crashed again.
Yeah, he's disconnected.
Yeah. I got a blue screen.
Oof.
Oh boy, sorry to hear so, Sam.
What's happened?
That is an oof from me, sir.
So,
Good.
I asked you guys if you want to group up and follow up with Oni and Onel and Flint, or if you want to hang back a little bit.
I
With
want
Rocky.
to group up with Oni.
Alright. So,
I'm gonna hang
Flint,
up with the rest of them.
look over this corner and you see more alleyways. There's like alleyways all over the place. You can see it keeps going those directions. And you can see kind of over there a little bit to the top that there's a little alleyway that kind of goes up. It's on a weird angle. but that's what you can see.
Do I see any immediate threats?
Roll a perception check.
Perception. 17.
Alright, over here at the top you try to squint and see a little bit further, and you can see that there is kind of a little square of sorts, a little area with a little bit more open space. But that's about it. You can't see much further than that. And over there, very close to you, you hear a very loud commotion. You can tell that it's coming immediately to your northwest. And you hear very loud noises of fighting going on.
Rocky, I literally just listened there. It's nothing important. You gotta pay attention, dude.
I'm mildly concerned about the commotion there, but there's no immediate threat, so I just ignore it, go over here, and I would look down here, but I will wait for other stuff.
And I'm back.
They were happy about the New World. That doesn't sound like the Exiles.
Okay, so you can see that the Flint, you see a little bit more over there, and and you see that that space kind of opens up into a bigger area, but you can't see very much of it. And as you pass by this alleyway, you can see it down here, and you can see that by the end there, it ends up on a wall, and there's a little bit more to the left, to the right rather, but you can very well see that far into it. And Dracon, when you heard those guys, they were talking excitedly. They were talking about things like the docks, the New World, but they were not. They were just talking excitedly, as if they were talking loudly and very quickly about it. Not necessarily that they were happy with the idea.
Okay.
All right. So the group is grouped up. Rocky, you're alone down there. What do you want to do?
I think he wants to listen. Just based off what he said.
Alright, so Rocky, you are going to do a stealth check.
Oh, he's not going to.
Well, that was a very, very low stealth check.
At least it wasn't a 1.
That's true.
So, as you were trying to sneak around, to get close enough to the door, put your ears against it, and listen in, you kinda put your hands on the door to try and then place your head. But as you put your hands on the door, it creaks very loudly, because you know of how shabbily it is made and how poor the materials quality it is. And as soon as you put your hands to the door, it creaks so very loudly, and then inside the place you hear lots of voices trying to say kind of something like, "What's going on? What's there?" And now you hear footsteps coming towards the door. What do you want to do, Rocky?
I'm gonna try and open the door.
He says he wanted to open the door.
No, but he's just playing up.
Oh, he's gonna hide.
No.
Okay, so if you're gonna hide, I'm gonna have you roll
Another stealth check.
yes, another stealth check.
Well, that's better.
That's better.
Okay, 18.
Right.
For the first time.
So you quickly
Good on.
stealth and hide around the corner, and just as you do that, just as you try to hide around the corner, you see one of those big burly dudes walking outside of the door, and then he looks around. You can see that he's rugged, like those guys you fought before. This guy is much bigger, burlier, and he has a long sword in his hand. He looks around, trying to see where did the noise come from, but he sees nothing.
No, don't
initiate combat. No, don't fight
Don't
him.
initiate combat.
We don't care.
You're one against many
You're
voices.
stealth. You can sneak away.
You can sneak away, and I don't think you have sneak attack.
Do not do it. If you do it, I swear to dog.
You do it, I swear, we will leave you here.
It's a 1 out of 20 chance. You're not gonna.
That is a 1, Will Wheaton.
Shadow,
You've
you're
been
doing a
rolling
lot
good
of
half the
rolls
game,
without me telling you to roll. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask again, what do you want to do?
Okay.
Tell me, what do you want to do? And we will do it. You see this guy walks out of the door. He has a long sword in his hand. He looks around, trying to see where the noise came from. He doesn't seize you. What do? You want to murder him? Sure. What do you do then?
I believe that is a poor decision.
That is a very poor decision.
Well, we don't know he's doing it, so we're just up there.
I'm not going back to help him.
Nope.
Alright. Rocky. You do end up attacking him. You roll a 21 to attack him with your light crossbow. Because you're attacking from a stealthed position, you have an advantage, but 21 already hit him, so there's no problems against that. And you hit him for 8 points of damage, 4 of piercing and 4 of fire. And I'm sorry to say this, Rocky, but you are in combat. So prepare yourself.
Initiative.
He has 11 of initiative.
Why
Okay.
are you so mad?
So Rocky, it's you and this guy now, and this guy just took 8 points of damage from you, and he gets slightly surprised seeing an arrow coming out of nowhere. You hit him on the torso. Your aim was a little bit off. You tried to aim at his head, but you ended up hitting his shoulder instead. So it is not a very fatal hit, but you do hit him. And then this guy here. Let me open up these delicious boys' sheets to see their initiative. So he rolled a 9 for initiative, which is good on you. So this guy, wait just a moment, Rocky, not yet. He gets really surprised by this loud noise that came in. From the arrow, and he just lets out a big scream of pain, and then you're in combat. So what happens now is that you hear footsteps, and then suddenly this guy walks out of the place the other guy was just was.
Oh no.
And he looks over and he immediately sees you, Rocky. So this guy is gonna try, and he sees his friend kind of bleeding, and he looks at you and he sees you with the light crossbow in your hands, and he clearly knows it was you. So he's gonna try and attack you as well. What this guy is gonna do to you is that he's going to try and attack you with his light crossbow.
Oh no.
So he aims at you, Rocky, and he tries to hit you, and he rolls. He hits you. He totally definitely hit you, and he hit you for 8 points of damage.
How many hit points does he have?
So Rocky, you take 8 points of damage.
If I remember, he has 12.
That is a very, 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 very hard shot you just took. And you keep hearing footsteps inside. You know that some commotion is going over there. But now, no one else comes out before it's your turn to act again. So what do you do now, Rocky?
Is there any chance any of us can hear any of this going on?
Yes, very faintly in the distance. Some of you who have a higher passive perception, Flint and Matthias, I think, you hear some loud noises coming over from the south, and you hear this commotion going on. But it just noticed that it has happened.
I roll my eyes and say I'm not helping him.
So Rocky, you want to attack. Who do you want to attack? The guy with the top hat or the guy without the top hat?
Top hat.
There's two of them. Okay, you want to attack the guy, the top hat.
Now, I'm just gonna let you know, since you have a crossbow, you might have to take a bit of time to reload it, because it's a crossbow.
This is just sad.
Alright, Rocky.
Yeah.
You can roll attack. How are you gonna attack him? Are you gonna move in up close and shank him with your dagger? Or are you gonna not move to reload your crossbow and then hit him? Oh, okay, sure. You're gonna hit him.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes, you hit him for 20.
That's a natural 20.
You hit him. You totally, definitely hit him. For how much is that? Let me do a quick math. So that's 11, 22 plus 4. That's 26 plus 2, 4. You hit him for 30 points of damage. That is a lot of hit points for this guy to have lost. And undoubtedly, you just shoot him in the head. The arrow, the bolt, really lodges itself deep into his eye socket. You see his eyeball exploding in a mist of blood, and you see the lodge lose itself deep inside his skull, and he falls backwards, dead. And that was, well, and that's what he did. So you used your movement turn to reload your crossbow, and now another to take a shot. So your turn is over, and who is going to act now is his friend, who was right beside him, just watching his friend get his head exploded. And he is very concerned now, slightly worried, but he is a little bit shaken up, but he doesn't let it get over to him. He locks his sights on you. He aims his crossbow again at you and tries to take another shot at you, Rocky. So this guy there on the bottom, he tries to shoot at you and he misses. So he tries to shoot over at you, and the bolt flies right past him, right past you rather, and explodes on the wall. And you kind of just see splinters flying in all directions, but none of it hits you in any case. But just as you see him missing that shot, he kind of loses his balance a little bit, and he falls down to the ground with his crossbow. He definitely is a little bit shaken up about watching his friend die. So now he's in prone position. Let's see if I have a little thing here to identify him as prone. Sure, that does it. There's a little arrows on his back now. So this guy now is in prone position. He fell down when he lost his balance, trying to shoot you. But now,
prone on the ground.
What happens is that another one of his friends comes out of the door and just places himself over there. He saw from over there, from inside the door, what was going on, and he takes aim at you and tries to shoot you again, Rocky. He just jumps over the dead body, kind of dodges his friend, moves against the wall. He uses the wall for balance, and then he tries to hit you with his crossbow, and he misses. He hits the wall, and he doesn't. The hit doesn't connect. So currently you lucked out. He missed you again. But then you hear more footsteps, and you see another friend coming out from under there, and he stops right there. He runs all the way around, sees you, and just like the other guy, he also takes aim at you and shoots you with his crossbow. And this guy hits for 17.
17?
No, 17 was the attack roll. So now he deals 9 points of piercing damage to you.
He's dead.
Damn it.
So Rocky, sorry. You took 9 points of damage, and now you're are unconscious. This crossbow bolt, he just hit you square in the chest, nearly touching a vital organ. You feel your hands going numb, your legs kind of wobble and shake, and you fall down to the ground, and you are unconscious right now. So as you are unconscious, everything fades, and you everything fades, and everything fades, and you don't know what else is going on anymore. So,
God damn it! Gotta wait for him to tell you something.
Yeah.
So
gotta wait until he tells you to do stuff.
that is it. Rocky, I'm sorry to tell you, but what happens is that you completely lost vision and you're unconscious. But those guys, they're not done with you. They decide to come over and, keep doing stuff. I'm gonna do a couple more rolls here because these guys are not done with attacking you. And you can't save from death right now, just on your next turn. So this other guy, he comes over, right over on top of you. He sees you prone on the floor. He attacks you. He misses. Another one of his friends come over. He attacks you with his long sword. He hits you for a critical hit. I don't even need to roll for damage, but he clearly hit you very, very hard, Rocky. And as it happens, Rocky, I am sorry, very, very, very sorry to say, but you're dead. Very dead.
Well, damn.
Well, now Teddy can be a barbarian.
So what happened, Rocky, is that as you were unconscious, you just kept
You
being
just got slain.
pelted and beaten up by all sorts of, weaponry that these guys had. And what do you know? Eventually they managed to beat you up hard enough that you couldn't hold it any longer, and now you're dead. And not just unconscious, your character is actually dead. So what happens next? Just for the sake of argument, these guys, they strip your body of everything precious that they find on you. They take it away and go back to their hiding place.
Well, there goes your crossbow and my dagger. Flint.
Well, I don't know that's going on, so I only heard stuff.
I'm just saying in general.
Don't worry, I'll buy you
Well, this is.
So what happened is that those of
Dagger is not
you who have a high enough passive perception, you just hear that very, 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 very loud scream of agony, and you recognize the voice instantly as being Rocky's voice, and you hear him this very loud yell of agony as as he dies out. And from over there where you guys are, you don't know what happened, but you clearly know that something very, very bad happened to Rocky.
My character is unfazed by this.
Can someone at least warn me so I can go there?
Don't go there. Can I come up to him and hold his shoulder?
Matthias grabs Summerlin's shoulder and just holds him and shakes his head.
You can't save everyone, especially someone with a death wish.
Well, damn. I guess he really was that much reckless.
On the bright side, we can get his shit from the dock.
Well, that's true.
And now,
all of this could have been avoided if he paid attention to us.
Had he paid attention, he would be alive.
But
Although,
no,
to be fair to everyone, if he nearly got us all killed and we lived, I probably would have sliced his throat.
Yeah.
so what happened now is that you guys just heard this very loud scream of agony coming from over there. You know it was Rocky. Some of you may or may not be concerned. Some of you may or may not be, affected by this. But currently, you know that that your group is one person short because Rocky ran away on his own. And we have been doing this for 3.5 hours. What do you guys say? We end this here and now, and we rejoin next week to see what else you guys find over here.
Yep.
Okay, so let's just say a small resume of what happened.
Sure, I can do that, Sam. But do anyone else has any objections or not?
To what?
To ending it here right now.
I have no objection to ending here right now.
No, I'm good.
Either.
Come
Do
again?
we gain XP for anything?
What did you say, Kun? I didn't hear you.
I said I have no objections either.
Okay. So, Sam, to recapitulate on what happened, because you asked for it. What happened is that last time all of you guys rescued the captain, and he told you guys that his bodyguard was here. So you guys, each one of you, kind of split and went separate ways to try and find out something, to see what you could or could not do. Dracon, he went to try and find some contacts with whom he could share information. He didn't learn anything very useful. He could have learned, but he didn't pay the price, so he didn't. Then Sam and Rock, you guys went back to Blue's. You did not find Blue in there, and you heard that he was not around and wasn't gonna be around for much longer. And then you guys got arrested. Flint and Matthias, you guys went to an inn. You got some information about what may or may not be going on in the new world. Then you guys had a long night of rest, during which many things may or may not have happened. Who knows? And then at the end, everyone rejoined at the docks. You guys freed Summerlad and Rocky, and decided to go find the bodyguard. Whereas Flint and Matthias had gone ahead. All of you met his wife. She told you guys about him being here in the slums, and here you are trying to find him. But as you could see from the size of the map, the slums are very big. So you guys already met a couple people who gave you the directions. They all told you to go to the crossroads, which you have not yet arrived, but once you do, you may find somewhere to go. So that is what happened today, Sam.
Well,
So
here's what I would say right now. I go unfazed of his death.
Me too.
Flint just met everybody today, so aside from Matthias, I feel like nothing towards anyone yet.
And I already confessed I was tempted to slit his throat for pulling all this bullshit.
That
So
I regret not helping him, but I'm not that much phased anymore.
So all of you guys kind of sit over there discussing what do you make out of Rock's scream of agony, and that is where we're going to let off this campaign today. And then we're gonna come back to the world of Kyria, to this world where our campaign is happening next time, and see if you guys can manage to finish up this dungeon.
Quick question: do we gain any XP for this round, or?
No, you don't.
Okay, I wanted to double check that.
Just one person was present for the encounter, and not everyone else.
That person died.
He gained XP and then he died, so it's a lose-lose situation.
But anyway, so this is it for today. What did you guys think of today's session and this overarching story of how you guys are still trying to get into the new world?
I think I'm the one who got screwed the most. And
yeah, Sam, you got screwed.
Well, I appreciate you didn't go straight to the new world. It's like, oh, we're going this. Oh, wait, shit's happening over here.
Yeah,
that I appreciate.
Yeah, this has been entertaining.
It kind of took longer from the.
We had some encounters that lasted longer than it should have, though.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
happy that I'm free, but I'm still kind of pissed that things happen. But I'm okay, and I'm gonna try and comfort myself with someone.
All right.
I mean, all this could have gone
I will
quicker.
gladly be that someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can clerics do that?
I'm trying. What I'm saying is that I want to hug someone to cry because my life has been.
As long as they haven't taken an oath of celibacy, I think they can.
Well then, now we know something. But anyway, everyone, this is it for today. Thank you guys so very much for dedicating a little bit of time to show up today and play a little bit more Dungeons and Dragons with us.
Yay.
And as it happens, in the end, these Saturdays kind of work out quite well for us to have those little later in the evening streams. So for the next week, I don't know what if you guys prefer to do the Saturday stream or if you guys prefer to do the Sunday stream. I mean, the session.
We'll have to figure it out, but I am probably not going to be available for Saturday next week. I've got family plans and stuff.
I don't know what my plans are yet, so 50-50.
50-50
for Saturday.
For me, basically, it's around 2:30 in the afternoon for Saturdays, and just basically free and open every day.
Coon, did you say something?
Well, I mean, we can discuss this in Discord.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
I am good on weekends usually.
Weekends, I think, are good for everyone. It just depends Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, so we're not gonna set anything in stone right now. So
nothing's in stone yet.
Probably
I will
next.
say Saturdays do work out best for most of us, but we can do Sundays if needed.
Yep.
Sure thing then. So nothing set in stone. Maybe we can then next weekend we can join together and play again. But like we said, let's discuss that over further in the Discord, and then as the week goes by, we're gonna see that. But anyway, thank you guys so very much for joining me, and I hope you guys are enjoying this thing, and looking forward to next week.
I'm looking forward.
Good night, everybody.
I'm looking forward to not dying.
I think so does everyone else, Sam.
Well, not Mr. Shadow. Apparently, he wanted to die a lot.
Yeah, I don't really want to be mean, but I really don't want to play with someone who's going to do that every time.
Okay, I'm done.
That is true.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right then. So that is it. See you later, everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bye-bye, and good night, and happy Saturday to every one of you who are still going to have a longer Saturday in front of you.
Alrighty.
I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to a party.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, everyone. And over here at the Twitch stream thing, well, today's session was a little bit chaotic, but nonetheless, I hope it made up for some nice entertainment for those of you who were watching here on Twitch. Nonetheless, we're this campaign we're playing Settlers of Nolyn is a campaign that I kind of made up myself. I thought that this entire thing would have been done by the previous session. It wasn't though, so it's taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. So some pacing has to be worked for the next part of the rest of it. But nonetheless, we have played one session a couple weeks ago. I uploaded it to the YouTubes. I'm gonna upload this session to the YouTubes at a later date as well, so you guys can check up on those things if you missed. And other than that, we'll probably keep playing and keep streaming that. So if you guys are up for some D&D in the future, do come back and check up. And other than that, thanks to all of you who showed up during the stream. Sorry that I wasn't checking up the chat so much for obvious reasons, but still I appreciate every one of you for coming and sticking around, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. But anyway, I'll be back Monday with normal stuff that isn't D&D and doesn't take that much other people, and hopefully you guys will be back for that. Thanks for joining. I'll be seeing you guys later. Have a delicious weekend, and bye bye, everyone. See you later.
Out there at the end. I don't know what was going on with that.